Hello, hello, hello! I hope everyone is doing good. I currently can't see the chat. Let me bring the music down just a touch. I currently can't see the chat, so I've got too many things open. Sorry for the little bit of a late delay, everyone. Let me just warn my players that we're about to be live. Just saying hello, then changing to cam screen. Yeah, we had a few tech issues with my computer CPU spiking when we were on another screen. So, sorry for that 10-minute delay, but we're going to move over now to showing off the players. Let me just reduce this music down and pop it in the background. I hope everyone is doing good. Thank you so much, everyone who's stopped on by. I appreciate those subs. I just saw those come in when I was messing around with the stuff. I read those at the end. I really appreciate it, guys. Let me bring up every player here. Just slowly. Hello, hello, hello. Everyone should be able to be heard now.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hi.
All right, let's come over to our main screen. Hello, everyone. Thank you for being so patient. I am exceptionally new to running Twitch streams, apparently. I've been doing this 5 years, and everyone in this group just taught me that there's a studio mode button on OBS. So
I like you just outed yourself. We don't even have to drag you now.
Yeah,
no, it's fine.
we
fine.
weren't going to say anything.
But yeah, thank you guys for coming out. It's kind of been a long time coming. We've been putting this together for a while, trying to get the perfect cast and everything, and then also I've been building this world for a couple of years, so it's cool to actually finally have it here and ready to go. If you've not met everyone, I'll go clockwise from Old Lady Gamer on the right.
Hello, that's me.
Where can they find you and whatnot? I have a little command in the chat.
Nowhere.
Have I got mods in the chat at the moment? I hope so. If so,
Nowhere.
!cast.
Yes. I believe Beggar is in chat. You cannot find me. Sometimes you can find me on Twitch. Pretty rarely. You can generally find me on Twitter at oldlady_gamer.
Okay, and do you want to say 2 hobbies that you like to do?
Yeah, actually,
Okay.
I really enjoy. Oh,
It's no, you can.
I
You can.
do
I mean, you
hobbies,
can if you
guys.
like. You
yeah.
absolutely can.
I really like baking. So got that, and also I do sometimes enjoy video games. So baking,
That's true.
video games. That's me.
Yeah. Under that, we've got Shane Hawk.
Hi, everyone.
I've also put, as you can obviously tell, everyone's Twitter is below their names, and then the little command in chat will show you where to find them on Twitch. Please go give everyone a follow and whatnot, and check them out. Is anyone going to be streaming after this?
I might be.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's flock to all of them. Say hello to all of them. Yep. So Shane, your character came in quite late. Shane plays a really adorable character. I can't wait to show him off. But and then we got Bree down the bottom. You've probably seen Shane, Bree, and Strippin play a lot of games with me if you've been here before most of the time. And then we got Strippin, and then Jari, who's an old friend of mine. Actually, probably my oldest friend here on Twitch.
Yeah, I think so. I've known Joe. God, I've known you for what used to be a viewer of mine. I think maybe 5.5 years ago, and then you actually started streaming, right?
Yep. Literally, I knew you before I started. That's pretty mad.
That was it.
I do
Indeed.
see in chat someone said who's stripping. So I
Using a stripping
not
emote.
really that well known.
If you know Minecraft,
It's the first stream. Don't do this, dude.
sorry. First of all, I want to say also thank you to CD Projekt Red and Larian Studios, who have allowed us to use their music in the campaign, which is really awesome. Yeah, so we basically put this together for a little while. The campaign itself is going to have a lot of homebrew elements. There's going to be a lot of elements of kind of unique rules and whatnot. We're not going to rules lore it too much. A lot of people here is their first time playing D&D. Some people, deep veterans like Sam Strippin.
Deep is a strong word.
I know.
Well, you've played in like 20 campaigns.
Deep into D&D.
I got this, dude.
Yep, he's going to be the vet here. Rules lawyer him only. No, okay. So I myself, though, this is my second ever campaign that I've ever DM'd to. So we're all kind of fairly newish to an extent in the last few years, 5th edition at least. So go easy on us in that regard, but it should be fun. We're going to have a lot of little homebrew elements and whatnot. But I feel like we could probably just get started if everyone's up for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Close the stream now. I'm a bit scared of Twitch chat. So.
Yeah, same.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So
Did you know my first ever character TPK'd in their first session?
Oh,
I didn't know that. Really?
There you
What
go.
now
what
you
did
just
you play?
jinxed it.
I played a bard, and we went somewhere we weren't supposed to, and we TPK'd. My first ever character died in the first session I ever played.
Okay.
So just
I'm
to
really
let you
promise-
guys
no
know that's the kind
promises,
of luck
man.
I bring to the table.
No promises.
Great.
I will try not to TPK the team. I think you guys will be fine.
I'll try to not get TPK'd. I'll try
That's-
not to TPK.
That's a good way to be. All right, so let's begin, shall we? Let me just make sure my audio works on Roll20 first. And all the songs are uploaded to it. Come on.
I hear it.
Yeah.
I know why I'm not hearing it. Give me a second.
I don't, because I don't have it open, because my CPU is spiking. If you guys want to hum the music more, thanks. It's really helpful.
You feel a mess now.
I do.
Okay, there we go.
Thank you, Jari.
You're
So,
welcome.
the current recorded year is 1226 after Chromatic Fall, or ACF for short. Scholars believed that time should be recorded from this point onward, as a new age had begun in the continent. They naively believed that wars would be a thing of the past. The land you reside in was once known as Elemosa, but upon the arrival of humans, and with them vast cultural change, it has since been known as Velreath. A land where the very gods that most people serve were said to be ascended through the means of a forge. Velreath is made up of 7 regions. To the northwest, the cut-off island known as Wolfgard, where towns are strongholds and cities are bastions holding stalwart against plagues, famine, and the undead. Toward the east, across the Pale Sea, resides the frostbitten plains of Fjordhelm, from the nomadic sea-legged raiders preying on the shores to the south, to the former cities of the once domain of giants. Politics is a little place in a land so monotonous. In the most southern region, you'd find the Vahazi Desert, otherwise known as the Exiled Lands, a confederacy of 6 trade princes, each residing over unimaginable wealth within their jeweled city. The 2 primary regions of Velreath, however, are Westmorn, the largest of the regions, under the rulings of King Strand upon his sky throne in the clouded city, and Crestfall, a nation competitor with turmoils of their own, that only 4 decades prior had been defeated in a ruinous and devastating war with their neighbouring nation of Westmorn. For 3 long centuries, magic came to a halt in a period known as the Drought, where once there were tides of potent magicka, there had now become a drip. From the academic mages to the righteous knights of gods, only handfuls of people could still wield it, and even most were demonized through envy. They were hunted or forced into servitude to their respective nation leader. Even the oldest races had to cope with their loss of connection to magic, and societies adapted, believing it would never return. That was until 20 years ago. An event called the Flood had magic return to the continent. No one knows why, but suddenly, almost overnight, thousands of people were suddenly able to wield magic again. Some who had wielded it before the drought, but most were newborn or young children. Velreath has since been coping with that change. But that's the broader picture. Your story begins in southern Westmorn, in its eastern province called Kessex. This part of Westmorn was the hardest hit in the last war, a war known as the War for More. It has struggled with recovery, from the payments to the crown to the ever-growing tensions that war is still only a stone's throw away. Pirates pollute the southern seas once more, trade routes are checkered with creatures disturbed by recent years, and the east is riddled with slavers, bandits, and unkindly folk alike. Kessex is not an easy place to be in currently, but is most definitely an area full of potential of wanting adventure. Upon the southern western roads, out of the becoming town of Dunwell, heading south, there are 3.5 unlikely companions. A human, a half-orc, a tiefling, and a goblin, unknowingly about to begin their destiny. It is the beginnings of summer, and the hour is beginning to grow late, despite the sun still high in the sky. Our four have been wandering for the better part of the last day or so, mostly undisturbed. The road here is clearer and ridden in as you start to close in on civilization once again. So, let's start by describing some of the characters. I know the music just cut out a bunch of times there for some reason on Roll20, but I'll fix that. First of all, though, if Fia, could you please describe your character?
Okay. Sure. I am, contrary to popular belief, about 5 feet 7 inches tall. I have fair skin and hazel eyes. Human girl. A lot of long, dark hair, sort of haphazardly done up in tiny little intricate braids that are pulled up into a ponytail. Like, I had the idea for a really cool hairstyle, and then I gave up halfway through. I'm wearing a dark gray, short-sleeved, kind of collared shirt, dark gray pants, dark gray soft leather boots, and a couple of daggers. But you don't really notice those because I have a very well-made, long, dark red, short-sleeved kind of a coat. Not as structured and stiff as a coat, but we'll call it a coat, embroidered with gold-colored thread in a kind of sunbursty pattern. And if you get close enough to see, you can see tiny little birds here and there dotted throughout. I look pretty relaxed, but I think, again, if you look closely, you'll see that my eyes are kind of darting all over, just kind of keeping an eye out, kind of see what's going around. And as I walk and I kind of move my right hand, you'll notice that there's a dark red phoenix tattooed in the palm of my hand, and the tail kind of weaves all the way around my forearm and goes up into my sleeve and disappears.
Very nice.
That's me.
Okay, and what do you play?
I am Fia. I am a human, and I am a sorcerer.
Okay, and then beside Fia stands the tall Saphira. Can you please describe your character, Jerry?
Yes. So Saphira is a little bit of an oddity. She is an albino tiefling with piercing red eyes. Her demeanor is a little bit stiff, a little bit uptight, kind of skeptical about everything and everyone, even her friends and companions around her, occasionally kind of glancing about contemptuously, looking a little bit irate. She stands at a whopping 6'8".
Yeah.
She is my monster of a girl. Very, very large and very, very imposing. But in a stark contrast to that, she has a very sweet little blue flower tucked in her white hair. Yeah, she's currently clad in some inelegant kind of leathers with a fur collar and some kind of thigh-high leather boots, with a giant great axe on her back.
Nice. And what is Saphira, class-wise?
Saphira is a tiefling barbarian.
Beside the very tall tiefling barbarian resides Basil.
Standing at a 6'2", which is tall where he comes from. Okay, but next to Saphira looks rather short. Is a half orc with shaggy, wavy black hair and pale green skin. His eyes are really bright lilac color, and speckled across his face are some teal freckles. His expression is very inviting, very sweet, and he's donned in some leathers, a lot of blue accent pieces. He's got a black turtleneck underneath his tunic, and on his back he carries a elven lute and a hand axe.
Okay,
and he is a bard.
He's a bard, a half-orc bard.
Yes, half-orc bard.
Okay, so by this point, You've walked past several intersecting roads. You've been heading south for a little bit for the last week or so. So you're not entirely alone on this road anymore. Merchants and travelers have been heading south or heading past you toward the north. You can see them in the distance every now and then. You've been coming across them, both in front and behind you. Soon after you've been walking, as you go along the road for a little while, a sign upon a hammered-in wooden post reads, Rock's Roost Tavern, an inn. And there's an arrow pointed down the road. The sign seems a little unnecessary as there's no crossroads around you, but it's there nonetheless. The goblin walking up beside you looks at the signpost. I'm not so good at common. He looks up towards Fia. What's that say?
Rock's Roost Inn. Should we head over?
I'm
It's gonna be a
starving.
good. I'm really sick of pork, so if they have anything that's not wild boar at this point, I think we should check it out. Yeah?
I don't know. I think that wild boar is quite good.
I mean, it was good, but I think it's been like 3 days. Like, I'm a little
really
tired of
go
it.
for, like
Not
some
me.
vegetables.
Yeah, like just anything else, just any vegetable, a potato, an onion. No?
So, beside them as well, you'd also see that. So this goblin, he's short for a goblin. These squinting, smaller yellow eyes. His grin is his most prominent feature. It kind of goes from one side of his face to the other. Dressed in these kind of tattered but flamboyant, like yellow and red clothes, garbed across him, and his ears are adorned with these various piercings that have been kind of crudely piercings, causing like permanent swellings around them. But the most prominent thing about this goblin, as he walks alongside these three, is that he's bound by the wrists. He looks up to them. Look, if we're gonna go somewhere with a little bit of an establishment, I'm gonna need a little bit of protection. Okay, so like a hood, at least. One of you.
Okay.
Are you worried
No,
about
that's-
being recognized?
I'm worried about being killed for being a goblin.
But
He's pretty ugly. I guess we could give him a cloak or something to cover up his face.
yeah, I think for now that's gonna work. But I do think that I don't know. We can have this discussion inside, but I do think that as we get to Carburn, we're probably gonna have to figure something a little bit more serious out. So yeah, I think my cloak might be a little bit long, but yeah, here. You want to just kind of
You're gonna wrap him
put
in
it
the
over
cloak?
you?
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
Like drag on the
Um,
floor.
Yeah.
So
I-
he is very short. So you even for a goblin, he's small. So when you kind of wrap it around him, you do see it's almost like a wedding dress, almost as it kind of
Can you?
comments around. He pulls it over his head and kind of wraps it around his face. Only his little squinting yellow eyes can be seen underneath.
Do you want to? It's just gonna drag. Can you just pick up the side of it?
I
so
can
it's
carry
kind of
the
close?
tail.
Oh yeah.
Basil like
that
bends
might-
down and carries it gently.
Nice.
Do we want-
gingerly.
Do you want to? What should we? Do we want to have a cover story before we go in about like where you were like sick,
What?
tiny grandma?
I
Yeah.
guess he's your little child. You know, he can be your baby.
Oh. Yeah. What?
He is little brother or something.
I'm your prisoner. I'm not gonna roleplay as a baby.
Okay. Well.
If I say you roleplay as a baby, you will roleplay
Still-
as a baby.
Okay.
Well, for 1 second, Fear, because one thing we're going to be doing, by the way, is we're going to be hiding the roles. I'm not going to be seeing what people roll. That we'll be announcing the roles, so people who listen to this like a podcast can actually hear that. Could you roll for me an intimidation check, please, Saphira?
Forced baby RP, dude.
What did you roll?
Okay, wait. Hang on, I actually accidentally rolled it without advantage. Hang on a second, let me do it.
If you roll with
again.
advantage, just take the first number on the left. That'd be fine.
Okay, it's a 9.
I would rather be killed than go
Okay.
into that inn acting like a baby.
Aw.
Can. So here's the thing: if you don't act like something other than a goblin, you probably will be killed. So what about a toddler or maybe a 7-year-old? What's the
Teenager even.
what are you comfortable? No. What will Not what are you
He
comfortable?
looks
You got to
totally
do something,
confused.
Silk.
He doesn't know
Okay.
what the hell is a teenager.
It's like not a child and it's not an adult.
The middle.
Between.
you know?
It's kind of
What
what you're
I
acting
said
like
baffled.
right now.
It's kind of just clueless face. He doesn't understand the concept of between child and
You know.
adult.
Petulant, annoying.
What if you just don't say anything and we'll just wing it? Don't do anything to like draw more attention to yourself than there already is. Like don't do any weird coughing. People are gonna think you have a plague. Don't just like
Just act
be
natural.
chill. Just
Yeah.
be
You keep me alive, I'll keep quiet. That's fine.
Easy.
okay.
He nods
This
and
is
kind of he
Fine.
tuckers in, so he hides a little bit behind Saphira. Okay.
Kind of like ushers him in and gets him like all tucked in, hidden.
Okay, yeah. Tuck him in like a little toddler walking beside you. Yeah. Nice. Okay. Do you want to head on down towards the tavern?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do
let's
it.
go. Yeah.
All right. So you carry on following the sign. In the distance, you can hear the sounds of civilization once more. Having spent days on the road, it's quieter, just there with nature. Now you can actually hear people cheering and laughing and kind of just brotherhood kind of sounds coming from ahead. When you turn around the corner, getting past the sparse trees around you, the Rock's Roost comes into sight. Rock's Roost, sorry. It's a tongue twister. You notice that it's taller than it is wide. Unusual for a roadside tavern. It's made of both cobbled stone and wood with two interwoven chimneys going up the top, almost braided together upon the roof. It boasts 4 floors, but it's still really not very wide. Despite that, there are a couple of caravans posted outside with campfires of their own. Horses are tied to hitching rails off to one side as well, and the inn looks pretty packed right now. Though it's not the largest establishment, so that doesn't seem all that odd. As you close in, a sign, in common as well, that has clearly recently been planted, has the words Wormfield. Main road closed for 5 to 10 days. The 4 on that was clearly a 2 at one point. It has been crossed out a few times and written over. You're now in sight, though, of the entire tavern, and you can see all the people kind of walking in and out of it towards the caravans. What would you like to do?
Okay, well, road's closed, so let's definitely get something to eat, and we can figure out an alternative road, trail.
In fact, can everyone make a nature check for me?
Yes.
Yes, we can. Oh,
What's wrong?
17.
well, I got a 20. I mean, I got an 18. I got 20
Yeah.
total.
Okay, unnatural 20. Okay. What did you guys?
Unnatural.
What did everyone else roll?
17.
6.
So Saphira, you wouldn't really know a worm. You definitely don't know, Basil, what a wormfield is. You would have heard of maybe the term thrown around before, Saphira, in your travels, but maybe just in passing. For some reason, for you know quite a bit about it. It's a wormfield is basically worm mating season. It's but not just any normal worms. These worms that kind of get together in a wormfield. It usually happens rarely, every few years or so, in different places. You'd find these 3 to 4 foot long worms that come out of the ground and mate. And the reason the road would be closed off for this kind of thing is the kind of predators it draws in. So the road is closed for a wormfield.
Sorry to interrupt. OLG's actually, her PC's crashed.
Oh no, okay, that's okay.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's
I feel like
unfortunate.
her face does convey how I feel though,
Yeah.
in this moment,
It
Very
truly
well.
does, actually, I must admit.
There you go.
which is why I didn't notice that she'd gone because it's
Yeah.
accurate.
Let's say she probably acknowledges that information. We'll tell her again once we get in. But the
Yes.
what would you guys like to do? Where would you like to go? Would you like to go inside or stick outside?
Yeah, let's go inside the tavern for now. Yeah.
Went through all this effort to, hide our goblin. We have to go inside.
Absolutely.
You'll notice as you kind of walk past, it's not the goblin or the covered toddler-looking goblin that people are looking at. It's in fact the nearly 7 foot tall tiefling walking with a great battle axe on her back. That's what draws the most attention. People kind of avoid you as you walk towards the entrance of it. Oh no, everyone's been shifted about. That is fine.
Oh dear. In a typical Saphira fashion, she scowls at all of the people looking at her with dubious eyes, sort of wrinkling her nose at anyone who looks displeased by her being there.
Okay. Yeah, people kind of tend to just avoid you as they see you as they go past. Tieflings especially is maybe not so much in the region of Kessex where you are uncommon, but they are fairly uncommon in Westmorn in general. Coming inside, you'll notice that you can see all the way to the ceiling of the top floor. As the center section of the inn is like fully open, balconies line each of the floors and stairs wrap around it, almost in a similar fashion to like a large lighthouse, the way the staircase kind of goes round and round. Doors to the rooms are dotted across each of the floors, and the bar to the establishment is right in the center. It's kind of in the rounds. It's accessible from all sides of the room. And an innkeeper with one waiting staff is kept busy with numerous patrons drinking at it, along with with serving the variety of tables around. The fireplace is in the center of the bar area and has a large pot. You can smell this kind of sweet, savory smell upon the air as root vegetables are kind of cooking in a broth. Most of the tables are full. You'd have to try and find yourselves a table if you wanted to look around.
Okay, I guess Saphira would probably want to look for a table if there's maybe one off in a corner somewhere where people would leave them alone. She'd probably kind of wiggle her way through and push her way through the crowds and see if there is a table like that would be available to them.
Okay. Yeah. As you kind of pass through the inn, most of the people in the establishment don't kind of look as if they've traveled that far. Probably coming from only a town distance away. One table has a bountiful amount of food, though. It is guarded, and one person sits there, very kind of skinny, brightly dressed man, forked beard, his skin a kind of a tint of blue, his horns protruding from his embroidered turban. This man has a couple of guards stood next to him with curved blades, watching over his table, so you realize his table is not accessible. It takes you a little while, a few minutes of just pushing past crowds of people and whatnot, before you see a table which does have occupants. There's only 2 people sat at this table. One is a dwarf, the other a large bear. First, let's ask Shane, could you describe your character for me?
The name's Timothy Leadfist. I'm tall from where I come from at 4'8", so I feel like I'm proud of my posture. I'm fitted in crude armor. It's not the best looking thing, but it gets the job done because, I made it. I'm not that good at what I do. I was born a smith, so I wear my hair in a little bit of a ponytail. It's a little bit long. It's dark brown, but I don't have a beard like most of my brothers would.
Okay. And what class are you?
I am a dwarf cleric.
Very nice. And beside them, much larger individual, a bear, a polar bear no less, in stature. Sam, could you describe your character for me?
Yeah. You see a broken stool on the floor, and next to it a concerned Krigvan, who's a large bear on a new stool. He is big. He's big. You can tell from the first stool he's upwards of 400 pounds. And Saphira can probably tell that she would be looking up. He's approaching 8 feet. He's a monster. He has half plate on his limbs, which has been meticulously carved with runes and patterns. He has a large mole which appears to give off like an orange glow. Looking at his fur, it's all braided around his face, and you can see what looks like brands in his skin. They don't look like they cause him pain, and again, they are runic in nature, and they appear to like glow, which is unique. And he has no armor on his chest.
Okay, and then so Sam's the only one here who's playing a homebrew race, the Krigven.
Yes.
Can you tell everyone what class you're playing?
Yes, I'm a fighter rune knight.
Nice. So yeah, on this table ahead of you guys, or ahead of you, Saphira, as you kind of push through the crowd, you will notice this almost gnome-like dwarf in comparison to this juggernaut of a bear sat there next to a broken stool. Quite clearly, even though the rest of the place is kind of packed out with people sitting at all different tables, a lot of them sitting with strangers, not many people were coming near this table. Most people are kind of avoiding the corner table with the bear and the dwarf at.
So Saphira is gonna notice this table and these two individuals sat down, and she's gonna stop and stare for a moment, her brows slowly furrowing as she looks upon this gargantuan bear. Like sizing him up with her eyes briefly, and in a kind of dick swinging competition kind of way, she says, "Are the rest of these seats taken?"
Scald looks down at the broken stool next to him. Well, you can sit if you want to sit.
Okay. And Saphira will sort of push the goblin down in the corner of this table and take a seat, her eyes angrily staring at the large bear.
Mm-hmm.
Basil takes a seat beside Saphira, his eyes darting between the two, clearly sensing weird tension. But he doesn't understand it.
I assume that I'm there.
Yeah,
when I
you would have
dropped the
been with
call.
them. Mhm.
Yeah, I assume I walked in as well. Yeah, Fia's gonna totally just pull out a stool and sit right down and... Hello!
Were there no other tables?
No, there's...
Full.
Yeah, there's tables. There just weren't any other stools.
It looks
You
like
keep
somebody
being-
may have broke them all.
He looks at you. Just turns back to his food. Do
How's
you
the,
know these people?
It looks like you're a very long way from home. She says, looking at the bear.
And what might you know about my home?
A little bit. I may have passed through these areas through my life.
Silk is he's kind of sat. Silk is the goblin's name, by the way. He's sat on kind of part of the broken stool that can like host him, and he sits there kind of just like staring between the two giants between them.
I'm gonna lean back a little bit, look over at the dwarf sitting at the table, just sort of nod. Hello.
Does that child need a seat?
Oh,
I can get off. I hop off my stool. The table's up to like here for me, but I offer my seat.
Oh, that's so kind of you. Do you want to? I look at Silk. Do you want to take that seat instead? Are you okay with this one?
He kind of just glares for a moment before going,
I'm fine. Oh, it was really kind of you to offer your seat, but he's okay. You don't really have to do it, but thank you so much. That was really kind.
Yeah, he's
He has sore throat.
kid.
He's very sick right now. Frog in the throat. You know.
Okay, I
It's
get
not
it. I get it.
contagious.
Yes. Got
Yeah,
to get a bit of a cold on the road, you know.
It's fine.
I hoist myself back up to the seat then, since it's free.
You'll have this. One of the kind of waiters walks over this kind of broad dwarvish lady, a little taller than your average dwarf as well, and maybe kind of similar height to Timothy. And she comes over and says, "Aye, oh, there's more of you sitting here now. Do you want any food or drink? Anything from the bar?" Okay. Well,
absolutely.
what do you like? We've got bread, we've got cheese, we've got ale, whatever you want.
Bread, cheese, and ale. Do you have any
Vegetables.
vegetables?
Oh, we have a broth going if you want some of that. Yeah.
Absolutely, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Are you buying for the table or individual?
Well, I don't know. How much is a broth?
Oh, that'd be 3 silver pieces per person.
3 silver pieces per person.
Aye.
Would everybody here like a broth? I think a broth would be
Love a broth.
a really friendly thing to have. I would love to order broth for the table. Absolutely. Please and thank you.
So Seabear is
pushes
looking at Thea.
a plate of bones back towards the waitress.
Would you like a refill on that? She just slowly kind of picks it back up.
No broth.
Oh, maybe a palate cleanser. Oh, okay. Or just 4 then, I guess. That's fine. I'm not going to make you have a broth. That's fine.
Like
Do you want
ale.
something else instead?
Ale? Is ale as well?
I'll get ales for the table.
Aye, I can bring out a couple of gallons of it if you like. That'd be 4 silver pieces for 2
Okay.
gallons.
All right.
Aye, okay. She heads off. She picks up the plate of bones. You'd see as kind of Silk's hand comes out, and he just grabs one of the bones before it can go, and just kind of you just see him just bring it under his mouth, gnawing on it. But she goes off to kind of pour yourself some ale and get some broth for you made up. In the time that you
Anyone have seen Silk's hand?
roll a perception check. Or what's everyone's passive perception actually?
17, I think.
17.
Do I see that?
It's
Sorry?
13.
17, yes.
11.
It's gonna be below your skills.
it's-
then.
Yeah, it's 14.
14. Okay. What did you so what did who's got over 14? 14 or over?
Me.
Okay. Yeah, both Saphira and what did you say yours was, Shane?
I'm only 13.
Okay, so Saphira and Fear you would see as Silk's hand darted out and grabbed it.
Okay, can Saphira just give Silk a little backhand? That's
How
like
hard?
not terribly hard, but I saw
only
that.
tiny.
Don't you dare!
Okay, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, not hard enough to knock him over or anything, but just enough to say I caught you doing that. Don't fuck this up, kind of a little backhand, you know.
Almost like an immediate reaction as you kind of backhand his little green
Yeah.
clawish hand.
What the fuck are you doing here? You're trying to attack me. I could stab you with this thing under the...
And he kind of calms down for a second and
I think
I'm
we've got
sorry.
to talk about this. That kind of language is highly inappropriate.
Mm-hmm. You don't want to time out, do you?
We'll put you on the naughty step
you see
again.
his eyes just squinting just devilishly at all 3 of you.
I'm sorry.
Apology accepted.
That's a good lad.
Much better. Hopefully, you can learn some better manner.
As you punish your prisoner, the dwarven waitress returns back with a tray of different broths and hands them out across the table to all of you, along with bringing 2 gallons of ale and just plants them on the table and just puts all the mugs out as well. The broth bowls are kind of they're a good enough portion for all of you, with little bits of root vegetables and whatnot, potatoes and carrots and stuff floating around in the mix. If you need anything else, I'll be at the bar. Okay. And then
Thank you.
she heads off that way. Meanwhile, a man who is kind of wearing this kind of neat beige short robed. When I say short robe, it kind of comes down to his knees. It's almost something similar to what you'd wear at like a graduation. His trousers are kind of found beneath that, and he approaches the table. He has this kind of long face. His hair is brown and swept back. but balding with tinges of grey along the top. He has a bony face, otherwise looks fairly kind of kind. He comes over. Oh, hello. Sorry to disturb you. I'm just doing the rounds. Perhaps, are you here for the Wormfield?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes, that's
Yep,
what we are.
of course.
Mm-hmm.
The what?
the Wormfield, of course. He kind of, for the first time, notices who spoke, looking across to Scold. We're the Wormfield. It's a wonderful event. I ran a tour of sorts, where you can see as the rock hunts. Yes. You do
The
know-
rock hunts?
Yeah. That's absolutely what we're here for. It sounds amazing.
Yeah. Right.
But
that's-
also, maybe tell us a little bit more about it.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, yes. Always
course.
keen to learn.
Yes, of course. See, every couple of years, these worms, we call them glowish worms. They slightly glow, but they are quite large, and the field where the road does head south, well, it gets full of them. But they're not the ones that are dangerous. That's not the reason the road is closed off. Of course, it's in fact the things that it brings in. Do you know what a rock is?
Like a boulder?
Like a stone?
I know
No.
rocks.
No. Silly me. ROC. Now, someone who probably would have heard of these is Scold. Roll a nature check with advantage, Scold.
Yes, sir. 13.
13. So you don't know terribly much, but you do know enough. Rocks are great, massive, gargantuan birds. Birds of prey. What you would know about them is that they were the friends to giants. These were kind of what the giants used to combat dragons back during the Chromatic Wars. So dragons speak of them fondly, but they're an almost extinct race. But they are large enough to rival dragons. The man goes, my name is Ertie. I'm a zoologist of sorts. I study rare creatures and whatnot. And every couple of years, I come here and I do a tour. It's rather cheap, 5 silver a head, if you can afford that. And you get to see the rock hunt in person. See, it's a wonderful display. And over the last couple of years, we've even had a griffin. It's rather wonderful, actually. It takes place tomorrow morning. Would be the best chance of seeing it. No guarantees of seeing it, but if you'd like to see a rock hunt, it's the most magical of displays, truly.
I think that sounds great. As a matter of fact,
I'd like to see this rock.
Great. How many are? And he counts 5 and a child. Okay. If 25 silver, you have to make sure you're up at first light, of course. Or beforehand, 20 minutes before dawn would be probably roughly about right. If you can make that.
yeah. I'm
Can make this.
gonna look over at Silk and I'm gonna kind of like put my elbow out a little bit and be like, a rock hunt. It's just what you always wanted to do.
You just hear him,
Great.
you hear him whisper the words "fuck off," and then he looks at the ground.
Language.
I just smile.
Archie kind of stands like, would you like to pay now or pay after?
We can pay after.
Okay.
Like after the hunt, do we get like a discount if we don't see the like?
Oh.
Now, what if we don't see a griffin? Huh?
Well, that's highly unlikely. The griffin's roost is just outside.
Your business model's bad.
I say, what makes it bad? It's rather cheap, I'd say.
What if I don't pay?
Well, then you do. Then would you have to pay?
Why?
Because
What if we just go outside and see the rocks? I mean, aren't they really big?
it
You
kind
should
of
collect now.
You're right. Yes. No. Up front or no rock.
Yeah, you
He meekly
should really
stands his
work on your
ground.
pitch.
Oh,
So
But
Yeah,
what
Scott,
if we go outside and just see the rock and we don't have to pay anything?
you don't know what time it comes. So
you
he
said
In the
first
morning.
dawn.
kind of looks at the ground. Okay. What is?
Scott will slide 5 silver over the table.
He thankfully just kind of takes. Oh, it's very kind of you. I appreciate that. Quick then. I've never met your kind before, by the way. Very nice to meet you.
Your information is good.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I pride myself on such. The rest of you, would you like to come as well?
Basil's gonna pat his back and be like, "I was just joking," and slide 5 silver over.
Oh, thank you. Yes. Hilarious. He takes the 5 silver and pockets in his little pouch. You can see if anyone, as you kind of come over, Basil, roll a perception check.
Okay. Let's see. 4. Fucking. I mean,
no, you're just
poopy.
focused on. You're just focused on his awkward expression. Oh, that's two of you. I tell you what.
I will
Yes.
pass over the money begrudgingly for both herself and the child for Silk after looking at Scold having passed over his silver as well.
Okay. Yeah. he leans across, takes the silver from you as well, before finally kind of resting his eyes on both Timothy and Fia. Once in a lifetime chance.
I mean, I know one type of rock, so I'm happy to learn about another. And I give him my 5 silver.
Takes it, kind of
Oh.
nodding his head. Okay. And finally, Miss. Did OG crash again?
Yeah, but I'm sure she would pay. She seemed very interested.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. World fear. Okay. Yeah. So, takes all the 5 silver from everyone. I really do appreciate it, though. It's very kind of you. I'll keep hold of this, and 20 minutes before dawn, meet me just outside, and I'll lead you to the point. And it should be splendid. No guarantees, of course. And he quickly wraps up the back bus and moves on after you say that. Meanwhile, across the bar, you can see as a couple of I think the cams will, once OG gets a cam back on it, should all go back into place properly. You'll be able to see that at the bar there is a couple of. There we go. Welcome back.
Sorry.
Would you have paid your 5 silver?
Yeah, absolutely. I was in the process of taking it out, saying I was super excited, slapping it down on the table. I'm ready.
Okay.
There you
Okay.
go.
When you guys kind of after that goes on, you see across the bar as this kind of group, another group at another table, kind of rougher looking sorts, locals, wearing kind of raggier clothing and whatnot, having probably just finished for their work day. They're sat around heavily drinking, and one of them starts to goad someone sat at the bar. Hey, cowards don't drink here. Listen to me, hey, old fella. Cowards don't drink here. You should probably leave. You see the person at the bar is kind of just leaning over, ignoring them, kind of keeping his head down. The person at the bar, slightly graying hair again, somewhat middle-aged. He wears his kind of cloak on his back that only goes down to just past his shoulder blade. It's this kind of golden trimmed cloak, and he sits there ignoring them. Though that table continues to be a little bit louder and a little bit kind of goading him occasionally.
Hmm.
How far are we from that table?
It's about 2 tables over from you. So you're kind of in the top right of the kind of the tavern. There's a table next to you with a few patrons that are just kind of keeping their own business, and then the next table over, and then the bar's in the center.
Saphira probably throws some like menacing gazes over there every time they're too loudy and rowdy, and kind of just show her discontent at that by just glaring at the loud people.
Okay. None of them look your way. They're all kind of content in their. There's 4 of them sat around their table, just kind of drinking and being boisterous, and they're so focused on trying to just go with this person. One of them kind of gets up, and he walks over. Hey. The old man leans across. What is it? I was talking to you, and you ignored me. I didn't hear, I'm sorry. He taps him on the shoulder. You hear me now? I'm saying you don't get to drink here. The old man nods his head, lifts his drink, and steps away, walking towards the entrance of the tavern to head outside.
Come sit with us.
I'm gonna as Basil says that, I'm gonna get up and I'm going to walk towards the very rude gentleman. Not really getting close, just sort of walking that direction, kind of nonchalantly. And as I get slightly closer to him, I'm going to kind of slyly cast prestidigitation.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna him like right in the ass.
You're gonna do
And
what
then
to him?
just keep on walking. Just gonna give him a little, like, just a little,
A little what?
a little,
Pinch, smack.
Well, Zach.
like a
At the
No, like a
at the moment, you're just holding up a finger and saying you're going to put it up his ass.
Yeah.
I'm getting the wrong. They might enjoy that. I'm not sure, but the
No. Okay, then I'll put it this way. So, I guess I will. All right, we won't do that. Even though I feel like everyone actually knows what a is. I won't do that. Instead, I'm still gonna walk by, and as I walk by, I'm just kind of going to still cast prestidigitation. Only this time, I think I'll let's see, what can I do? I can kind of just make the collar of his shirt very, very warm, very just sort of uncomfortably like he's just. Ugh, and then I'm gonna just keep walking.
okay. How subtly are you trying to cast the spell? Are you
Like, am I actually subtly casting it?
that, or are you attempting to be discreet about it?
I'm just gonna. I think at this point, I'll just be discreet because I can still be like 10 feet away. So I'm gonna just be discreet about it. It's a loud tavern.
Okay. Let me just double check. Is it it's somatic, isn't it, and vocal? Yeah. Okay. How close are you getting before you do it? Because it's a range of 10 feet, right?
Yeah. So I'm gonna, as soon as I hit that 10 feet, I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna just sort of like, I don't know. As soon as I do it, I'm gonna just kind of. Where are they standing? They were at the bar?
At the bar.
They were at the bar? Okay, so...
That one guy that goaded the other person is at the bar.
Is at the bar. Okay, so I think as I get 10 feet away, I'm going to zing him a little bit, and then I'm going to walk up to the bar and just make another order, but just not really make eye contact or anything. Just kind of, come up next to him like I'm just trying to make an order. I want another drink.
Roll sleight of hand with advantage if you're trying to be a little bit subtle about the somatic part of that. Vocally, you probably wouldn't be heard casting the spell with the sound of the
shit.
The tavern.
It was only an 8. How is it only an 8? I'm proficient.
Only an 8?
Bullshit.
Uh-oh.
Bar fight.
I'm ready for a bar fight.
Oh god.
You see as you do heat up his collar. He goes, and he's kind of grabbing at his own neck. And then one of the guys at his table, she did something. That one did something. She said, I saw her do something with her hands. The guy at the bar kind of turns and he's kind of holding his neck open of his shirt. He looks over. What did you do? What'd you throw at me?
I didn't throw anything at you. I'm just trying to get a drink.
I get up out of her seat at this point, and walk over to the bar near Fia in a kind of almost like bodyguard kind of way, glaring at the guy.
Okay. Roll a deception check, and Saphira roll an intimidation check, but with strength. So one thing we're doing is intimidation can be rolled with strength or charisma. So if you roll a intimidation check with your strength modifier, Saphira.
25.
25 for your deception check.
Yeah.
Should I just be rolling on strength then, yeah?
You could do a strength check and then plus your proficiency bonus because you're proficient in intimidation, if I remember right.
Damn.
Okay,
So
I rolled
2.
22 for strength, so okay.
And then so it'd be 24. So 25 and a 24. Mm-hmm. The guy... Ignore him. He didn't see anything. Clearly, I'm just, I've got a little bit hot and bothered. We're fine, ladies. Sorry for the disturbance. He's had too much to drink. He heads back towards his table and he slaps across the ear of the guy that, "You're gonna get us fucking killed, you idiot. What are you doing?" And he sits down. They kind of go quiet as you dissuade them from taking it any further. Basil, did you shout at the man?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, I'm also gonna hop off my stool real quick and
Nice.
hey, come over here. I go to the guy and be like, you can have a seat with us.
you kind of see him turn. He smiles at the gesture, walks over and nods his head. I appreciate that. You didn't have to call me over. I could drink outside. It's fine.
No.
I mean, no. We don't care about anything,
They shouldn't be giving you a hard time.
He kind of looks across the skull for a moment at the ground, but looks down. It's fine. I'm used to it around these parts anyway. It's absolutely fine. If everyone rolls a history check. Yeah, just straight history check would be the best way to do this.
I rolled a 2.
4.
Whoops. 21.
I got 17.
God damn it.
12.
Timothy, actually roll with advantage as well. You would with your 21 Scold, you'd have heard about people who wear the this kind of gold and shoulder cloak. These are people that fought in the last war, but over in the region of High March. This was kind of their symbol. Each region had their own color, and Timothy especially, you've seen some of these people. It symbolizes that he was in the kind of richest region of the of Westmorn, the current territory you're in, and he was one of the soldiers that fought over in that region. There's some tensions at the moment between the two regions. The guy nods his head and sits down at the stool offered to him by Timothy. I won't be long. Don't worry. I'm gonna get a room and sleep it off soon. But I appreciate the company. They shouldn't disturb me around you.
Yeah, no problem, big guy. I'll take care of him.
Why did you not defend your honor? You are a warrior.
He looks across at Scold. I suppose I don't want to start a fight with a few people that just had a few too many drinks. I don't feel any shame, if that's what you mean. I just think that would be the wrong thing to do in an establishment like this. It would just cause trouble. Besides, What am I going to do? Pull out a sword?
Don't need a sword to win a fight.
So you want me to go back to those people and raise a fist?
Your honor, not mine.
I think you made the right choice, personally.
I appreciate that,
Basil.
Basil.
I'm Basil. Yes.
I'm Virgo.
Nice to meet you.
And what's your name, fair folk?
Skull.
Skull. I've seen your kind before around these parts, but are you traveling
I'm far from home.
for honorable reasons, or?
Yes.
I won't pry. You
No,
know,
it would not matter if it weren't.
I was making a jest, but I won't pry, of course. A pleasure to meet you both, Basil and Scold. Are you a group at this table? Are you all friends?
I hope soon. Yeah, we kind of just sat down. This was one of the only tables with open seats, and he gestures to the dwarf, who he realizes I don't think he's asked his name yet. This kind gentleman offered us seats, as he offered you. So,
Well, thank you. I appreciate that, Master Dwarf.
Yeah, I feel embarrassed. I didn't mention my name to any of you. I've been so caught up. My name's Timothy. Everyone, you can call me Tim, Timmy, Timon. I mean, whatever comes out your mouth, that's my name.
Timon.
At this point, I think Saphira's probably
we've
walked back to the table
walked
and
back.
is standing. By the way, is Saphira taller than Scold if she stands while he sits?
Yes.
Then
definitely.
she just stands there, just
Okay.
arms crossed.
oh my.
He is going to take a seat.
Well, there's quite a lot of you. I had no idea.
Hello.
Hello to you too as well. I didn't get all your names. Who are you two who just joined us?
Saphira.
Saphira.
I'm Fia. I put out my hand and to shake it.
Takes it and shakes your hand. Oh, well met to you both. I appreciate you housing me here.
What was your
Why
name?
do not these guys like you? What is the problem?
My name is
Why they
Virgo.
call you a coward?
It's old news, really. At this point, you can see that he's definitely in his 60s. This man. He looks good for it, but you can see the kind of the war-aged lines in his face. You'll find it often in this region. I was actually born here, but they don't care about that. It's an issue with the last war. A lot of the people in Kessex, they look down upon those of us who fought in the West, because they claim we did not fight enough. High March was never really invaded during the War for More. And, well, they let us know that. So, Master Bear, I wear this cloak out of a sign of honor. It's just that it comes with a price, especially down here. There's a lot of talk.
I know this cloak.
I'm glad you're familiar with it. I hope you don't share the same notion of disrespect as those people did. I fought my share in the war. But a lot of people down here aren't fond of us who live in High March. So, that's why.
I don't think those guys are really fond of anything. They just seem like dicks. So
You seem very grumpy.
yeah.
That's not the first I've heard of it down here. But, such are the times, eh? Such are the times. He takes a kind of a large gulp from his mug. But all of you seem far from home. Surely, I mean, some of you perhaps not, but his eyes kind of rested on Scold and Saphira mostly. Traveled far?
A little bit. She just answers
Yes.
pretty vaguely.
Okay. Well, I won't fly again. I should be getting to my room. I appreciate.
I searched for a giant.
Oh, a giant. You searched for
Have
a
you
giant.
seen him?
Have I ever
Not
seen
in a giant. Huh.
I'm not sure. I don't think I've ever seen a giant. Master Bear, Scold. You searched for him down here?
Yes.
Did you lose a giant down here?
Because he is not up there.
Okay.
Honestly,
Where
that's
is up
fair.
there? Where did you lose him?
The mountains.
Oh. I'm. Well, if I see a giant, Scold, I'll let you know. I'm just not sure you'll really run into a giant around these parts.
My thanks.
Did your giant say he was coming this way?
No.
Then why do you look here? What makes you think he is down here?
Because he is missing.
Okay, but there is many places in the world that you could be looking for this giant. What brings you
Today,
here?
I look here.
Tomorrow you look where?
Somewhere else.
I hope you find your giant.
My thanks.
I do too. But I'll leave you. I'll leave you to your talks of giants and kindness. But I should get some rest. It is growing a little late. Thank you for your hospitality, though. It won't be forgotten. I appreciate that.
It's no worries.
He
Okay, have a good night.
reaches into his pocket and takes out a few coins. I'll buy a round for the table and call it a night there. And he heads over towards the bar to pay for that. The men around the table don't really kind of go in as much because they're kind of staring over at your table and keeping their heads down. But soon after, the dwarven waitress comes over and plants more mugs of ale on your table.
Do we ask you about getting rooms? Is
Oh.
that?
Aye, if you like.
Yeah, we're really excited for the rock hunt tomorrow. It sounds amazing.
Yeah.
You spoke to Ertie, eh? Okay.
Wait, why do you?
You sound sad.
Oh, it's just that you might be the first people that said yes.
What?
To a
But
rock
it
hunt?
sounds so exciting.
I mean, most people who pass through these parts, they don't, they live life by the day. They're just heading between towns, so they're more inconvenienced by the road being closed. He's been trying to get people together to show this rock hunter for a couple of days now, but I guess you're the first ones.
Well, that's even more exciting.
Hi, that's very kind of you. He's not wrong as well. It is a beautiful sight. I saw it 2 years ago myself.
I hope we get our 5 silver worth.
Oh, go easy on him. He's a nice chap. He means the best. But if you'd like a room, I can sort out rooms for you. It is currently we're quite full, but sleeping outside is free, of course. But if you would like a room, it's 1 gold per room. It will host 2. He kind of looks across the skull. 2, if you don't mind sharing a larger bed.
How much for the chair?
The broken stool? On the house, it's fine. Cost of business.
Kind.
Right.
Okay.
How many rooms you have left in total?
Just the 3 at the moment. Or if people are sleeping outside, though, you could probably... It's up to you.
I guess we will take all 3 rooms and discuss amongst ourselves how we will manage to fit all inside. 3 rooms will do.
Okay, not a problem. 3 rooms, 3 gold.
Vera takes out 1 gold piece and slides it across the table.
Basil
Okay.
will take out a gold piece as well.
Okay.
Slide it.
1 gold.
It's quite an expensive season right now. We're
I'm gonna pitch in 5 silver because I don't got much left.
Oh,
okay. If you would like,
Gold will notice this and pay a gold.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you, friend.
Takes the 3 gold. Okay. I'll get the keys to the rooms and then you can go at them anytime. Just make sure they're gone early tomorrow morning would probably be best. Appreciate that though. And she takes off to go and get the keys and brings back 3 individual keys. They've kind of got etched on them the room number. Welcome back, OG. You having some
Is breakfast included?
Yeah, aye. Why not? Why not?
For that price.
Of course. We'll include some breakfast then. It's quite a nice room. You'll enjoy it. She puts the keys down on the table and leaves you guys to it.
Saphira would reach out sort of prematurely to kind of take ownership of one of the sets of keys.
Okay.
Just wondering what everyone else is going to do. Just kind of like apprehensively take one of the keys and slide it slightly towards her.
Okay. Yep. Yeah, you got your 3 keys. They kind of have the floor number and the kind of the door number on them as well.
So who wants to bunk with me? And I look around with a smile on my face.
Scold is gonna use 1 claw to like slide a key over to himself, and then he hands it to Timothy.
Oh.
Thank
You
you,
sleep there.
friend.
Sophia, to catch you up, we've got 3 keys to 3 different rooms. Basil, Saphira, and Scold paid for them. Scold's just given his key for both Timothy and Scold to share.
Oh, Scold has no intention of
Oh.
staying at this inn.
Okay, he's just
He hasn't
handed
made
the key.
that clear yet,
Giving
though.
it to
Yeah, he's just giving it to Timothy
Aw.
Yeah.
because he couldn't afford it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very
Aw.
sweet.
Oh,
Yeah.
So the other 2 keys, Saphira and Basil, you both hold one.
I don't mind sleeping outside if someone wants to take one of the rooms. With
We can share.
I
It
mean-
is fine. But who is going to be babysit?
yeah, I'll babysit. I don't mind.
Okay, then
I totally forgot there's a fucking goblin here.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
in shackles, in a cloak.
Actually, because he's sat beside you, Skull, whilst they're talking about this, you see him look up to you, and he reaches up with his kind of bound hands, pulls down the kind of cloth around his mouth, and goes,
Hey, big guy. What? How much do I have to pay you to get me out of here?
Now?
You can do it now.
Do I notice this?
if anyone knows this.
roll
I do
perception
have a high
checks.
passive perception.
Roll perception checks, because you're kind of distracted right now.
Mhm.
Alright.
This is whilst you're all talking about who's going to share what rooms. and
18.
whatnot. 18. Okay, let me roll.
Damn.
23!
Damn.
Still gonna get smacked!
Well,
I love it. It just seems like we're abusive parents because no one really knows who Silk is.
I rolled a stealth check on Silk, though, and I got a 24. So,
Ooh.
none of you notice as he keeps quiet.
Damn.
And he's speaking to Scold very softly.
Okay.
I don't have the gold on me right now because I'm kind of their prisoner. But I can get it. I know people.
He He nods to like climb onto his back as he's sat.
Okay.
Yeah, is he gonna do it?
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he slips around again with his stealth check. He's quite nimble and quick.
Damn.
Comes onto the back.
Yeah. And Scott is gonna stand up. The creak of the chair and the table
Do we know?
are loud.
Okay.
I'll see you in the morning. And he starts to try and get round the table and leave.
Okay.
Does
Okay.
anyone notice the missing?
Do we
green
notice the
tile?
as we all look, do we see
So-
that now?
Yeah,
cloak.
yeah. You notice as as you see this disappeared goblin Scold walking off. I'll let you guys do one more perception or investigation check as you look for him.
Okay.
Everyone else.
I mean, I'm not looking, so I wouldn't.
Rolled 19.
I'll do
12.
one more stealth check on him. Now that he's in a
Oof.
different
I didn't
position.
get
She is
shit.
the worst mother ever.
I know. I have super high passive perception. I just don't like.
I rolled an 18 on stealth. So did anyone roll?
Yes, 19.
Nice.
Okay.
So you just briefly see towards the entrance of
I'm getting
of the
my cloak back.
tavern, you briefly see this kind of just dark, kind of almost like a cloak hanging off of him, just clutching on the back of Scold. It almost at this point, if anyone else sees it, it almost looks like he's kind of wearing some sort of lovely cloak over his shoulder. But so you just notice that this is a clinging on silk.
Saphira's eyes are gonna go wide and she's gonna slam her hands down on the table, sit herself up, knock over the drinks with the force of her hands smashing down on the table, and she points towards the door. Silk!
Now do I notice?
Yeah, she could put it out as they leave out the door.
Okay, I am gonna
Alright.
jump up and
Me
run
too.
after.
I'll follow suit.
Saphira is also going to be following suit, just pushing past all of the denizens of the
You
tavern.
guys are
not-
pushing through hard and fast.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Then Silk notices. Run, big guy, run!
I'm gonna yell, drop that cloak!
I'm going. Am I outside now in the
Yeah,
street?
you would have just exited. Yeah,
Oh my god.
Okay. Are there other buildings outside this tavern? Or is it very much standalone?
it's a standalone tavern on the road. There's
And how
trees
high
and
is
stuff
it?
ahead.
Oh
The tavern
my.
itself is 4 stories high. It's a very tall,
Okay.
skinny tavern.
Okay. How close is the nearest tree?
Probably about 20 feet in front of you.
I throw him into the tree.
Okay, nice. I'm gonna roll roll an athletics check for me.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna roll an acrobatics check to see if he can catch it, but with
Hey.
disadvantage because he's
Crit.
Oh, man.
Holy shit.
okay.
26.
Oh, my God.
Wow. Silk is gone.
So you launch him straight into the tree, right? With that natural 20. You see as this just in the darkness as this little goblin goes, ah! And you just and you kind of you hear a lot of rustling and like slamming, but he's definitely like hooked up there. He didn't catch anything, but you managed to throw him so well that
He
you
hit
kind
a
of
couple branches
yeah,
on the way to
you like clogged him in there, so he's kind of just leaning over a branch right now. He didn't manage to grab, but he's up in the tree and hidden there.
Okay.
Oh my
Saphira's
god.
gonna like slam through the tavern door to look upon the bearkin, angrily glaring. Where is he?
Who?
You know exactly what you did. Where is he?
Where did you put our child?
Skull kind of scratches his head and looks down at them. Who?
Our baby
You know-
boy.
Fear.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I saw him on your back. Don't lie to me.
She saw him on your back. Don't
He
lie
looks
to
at.
her.
He tries to look at his own back. Where?
Where did you put him?
Can I roll deception?
Yeah, if you want to do a contest between
Oh
each
my
other,
God.
Oh yeah, big time.
everyone roll insight to Scold's deception check.
I have a -1 to deception, so this is gonna.
All right.
All right. I rolled 15.
12.
I got 12.
Let's see it, Scold. What did you roll?
7.
Everyone sees through you. You can tell
I
that
know
he's
that
lying.
you're hiding him. Where is he?
He had somewhere to be, and so do I. He's gonna
You took
start
him,
walking.
Can Saphira backhand him?
You're gonna backhand Scold?
Gold?
Yeah.
Oh, shit!
Are you gonna take that? How hard again?
So she's pretty fucking pissed. So she's not gonna. This is not a silk backhand. This is I'm the big boy in this dynamic backhand.
There's more going on, deeper layers.
Okay. Sorry about the cam positions, by the way, everyone. Right now, we'll get it back in a moment. Are you gonna let her do that, Scold?
Yeah.
Okay. Roll to attack with an unarmed strike, please, Saphira.
You have to remind me how to do this because I don't think I've ever done an unarmed attack.
You might not have it
Roll20.
like as an
I don't think I
easy,
do.
accessible one on Roll20, but what you can do is roll a d20 and then add your strength modifier, which I believe is a +4 for you, right?
Okay, where
And then
do you
proficiency.
actually roll? I think on the side, right? D20. Okay.
It looked like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So I rolled a 9, and plus my strength modifier is 4.
And then plus proficiency. I believe you have proficiency to unarmed strike. I'm 80% sure of that.
Yeah,
that'd be
two,
+2,
I
so
had
that'd
2
be-
proficiency bonus.
Yeah. 15 total.
15 total. What's your AC, Sam?
17.
Ooh.
You might connect against him, but you brush against the half plate. He doesn't feel the slam going against him as it ricochets off of him.
He looks down at you and smirks, and kind of chuckles himself. And he just walks off.
Saphira's got some real small man syndrome going on right now. He's not happy.
Basil like slowly comes up behind Saphira and is trying to maybe like delicately be like, "Hey, it's okay. We can find him. Let's just take a deep breath and look around. You know, he couldn't have gone far, right?
Who are you
Right?
saying that to?
Take a few deep breaths.
Saphira. I'm saying he's trying to calm Saphira down.
Okay.
She's like really scowling right now. Her eyes kind of darting left to right, just trying to see where he could have gone and rationalize this. Few deep breaths, looking around at the locations where the goblin could have possibly hidden.
As
Same.
Scald walks past the tree, I'm gonna whack the tree.
Oh shit!
Okay. Let me see if he can hold on.
You want to roll strength?
Yeah, you roll strength to see how much it shakes.
Oh my god!
Oh, that's a save. Same thing there.
Yeah. How much would you roll?
23.
I rolled a 12. So, as you smack the tree, you hear this just rushing, and then as it just slams to the ground on his front, he takes 5 points of bludgeoning damage as he slams his face straight into the ground. The cloak's kind of fallen off this point. You've just got this kind of tattily dressed goblin kind of lying on the ground in front of you, having fallen out the tree.
Scald he doesn't look at the tree, he just keeps walking and he shrugs. And the goblin will hear him say, "Should have paid me."
Ooh.
Oh, fuck you! He kind of gets to his feet, kind of slowly standing up. He looks across to Saphira and whatnot.
Just getting around. I wasn't trying to run, of course. I saw a bird in the tree. We wanted to go hunting. Should we get inside? We can get inside. You don't have to do anything.
Can
Still-
Saphira storm over there and grab him by his ear and pull him back?
Sure. Yeah. He doesn't kind of he doesn't argue back. He doesn't fight back as you grab him.
I'll place it. Not so hard. Not so hard. Come on. Hey, you know me, Seabear. Come on. I wouldn't try and run. We're friends now. We're friends. I'm part of the party. I'm part of the team.
Doesn't look like much team play when you run away with the big fat bear.
I didn't run away with the bear. We were playing.
Kind of game
Play
are
with
you
us.
I'm gonna just look at him and shake my head and say, Silk, what about our deal?
Look, I haven't got any gold yet. And I don't think I'm going to get it when we go down there.
Okay. Why don't you think you're gonna get it when we go down there, first of all?
Well, look at me. I'm bound up and you're calling me a little child.
Okay, the child thing was a cover. Also, I don't
a
actually know how
temporary
old you
cover.
are. So maybe you are a child. I don't know. We don't actually know that. So I'm also sorry for actually not knowing how old you are. Now I feel sort of bad that I didn't ask. At any rate, that part is immaterial. The deal stands. Help us catch Ramir. We're gonna share our profits. Okay, so that part stands.
Fine.
If you feel that you don't want to be part of that deal anymore, then a better thing to do than trying to sneak off with my cloak is to just tell us. Also, don't steal my cloak. I like that cloak. That was really shitty.
Hey, yeah, that wasn't me. That wasn't my fault.
No, it's definitely your fault. You were wearing the cloak. You hit on a bear. Like, that's your fault.
Okay, I'll stick with the party. Happy now?
No. I feel like we're just gonna encounter this again in a few days.
That's okay for you to make that decision, but then you're not going to get any gold. We're going to find him, and we're going to get paid. If you want to get paid, help us out. If you don't want to get paid, go ahead and leave. Don't take my cloak.
Fine.
He kind of like buries his head down and he starts lifting the cloak off the ground again and wrapping himself in it. Okay. He's obeying everything you say again.
Should we,
The hour's growing
Do we
late
have-
now, yeah.
I take it this isn't one of your kids.
It's complicated.
I forgot
Acting
that
like a
you were
child
here.
right now.
Okay. I'm skeptical now of this little group.
Long story.
Okay.
Fia?
Okay, so did we decide rooms?
I can sleep alone because I'm a guy, and I don't want to make you guys uncomfortable.
Saphira shrugged. Okay, that's fine.
So, you can see us around the area, by the way, as like the caravans are starting to kind of die down. Their fires are cooling off as people are kind of setting up little tents and stuff to sleeping. People are heading up towards their rooms. It's getting closer to it's like probably about at this point probably about 10 p.m. Closing 10:30. So people are kind of starting to go into their beds. What would you like to do?
I guess Saphira would be keen to head up to her bed.
Okay. Is everyone going to go to find somewhere to sleep?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, sorry. I'm trying to turn my cam on. I'm sorry, guys.
No, that's fine. It's
All
fine.
good.
It's the first one.
Just
I
ruined
knew there'd be
everyone's
technical.
immersion.
I know
I'm
there'd be
really
technical
sorry.
difficulties. I'll mess around with some of the stuff to see if we can kind of get that. If that ever happens again, we can fix it quick. But it's all good. Okay. So it's the hour grows late. Everyone goes off to their rooms except for Scold, who sleeps outside for the night.
Basil.
Basil, you sleeping outside as well, aren't you?
Yeah, because I would give a key to Fia if
Right.
Saphira and Fia aren't sharing rooms. So yeah, I'll sleep outside too.
Okay. Yeah, you'd be able to find some comfortable locations as people have too many things to sleep in tents and whatnot. So you could probably rustle together something nice enough to sleep on. The night passes. You find yourselves in the morning. Early morning. There's a knock at each of your doors. It's kind of like a loud bang. You hear this.
I asked the lady. She says you're staying here. So if you'd like, we have to leave in 5 minutes.
Fira's gonna be in bed at this point, pulling herself up sleepily.
Okay. And then equally so, outside Scold, Ertie kind of comes over when he finds you and just gently kind of just taps you with like a stick. His like walking stick kind of cane. Like just jabs it.
Master Crickven, are you still interested in the trip?
Oh. Yes.
Great, splendid. Okay, we're meeting outside in a few minutes.
We are outside.
Oh, everyone else isn't very observant.
He kind of walks over towards the entrance and waits for everyone there.
Okay.
Does everyone come out? Is everyone going to be available?
Yeah, I'm gonna be out on time.
Be coming out.
Yeah,
she'll be
I'm
kind
gonna,
of, like, putting her armor on as she walks.
Cool.
I'm gonna take a second and have a morning conversation with Silk.
Okay.
As we're getting our stuff together, I'm gonna just sort of be like, look, I know we're in a weird situation right now, but we are gonna need to be able to trust each other. I'm not gonna be able to just keep an eye on you, worry about my cloak, worry about whether or not you're okay, worry about whether or not you're gonna run away, and you need to trust that we're going to pay you. So this isn't going to work if we don't trust each other. So I need you to think about that this morning while we're on this rock hunt and decide if you can trust us. Okay?
Roll a persuasion check, please.
All right. Sorry, now I have everything on all different screens.
That's okay.
19.
Fine. I won't act up again. My
Okay.
word. That's what you humans
Thank
say,
you.
right? My word. Okay.
Sometimes we say it like, oh my word, but sometimes just like, yeah,
Then oh my
I'll
word.
take you on. Exactly. I'm
Okay.
gonna just kind of walk out.
Okay. Yeah, if you all head outside, Ertie will be waiting there. As promised, you are the only ones who paid for this trip. And he looks quite gleeful to see you all.
Oh, aha! Yay! This is going to be fantastic. You don't realize. Okay. If you'd like to follow me, I'll take you to the bunker I have set up, and you'll see the marvelous display.
He kind of quickly just turns on his heel and heads back towards the main road where it's kind of heading past the tavern. You guys haven't gone down this way because everyone would have stopped off at the tavern when they saw the road closed sign. As he walks and leads you there, you would notice that this kind of area has quite sparse woodlands, quite open woodlands to one side, and then rocky cliffs are starting to appear over on the right. Not very high, not mountainous, but more rocky, just cliffy kind of hill areas. He passes down the main road for a couple of minutes or so, not too far away from where you are. And the area in which that he's leading you is just kind of where the main road's been cut off. There's open fields coming up ahead. You can see that through the few trees ahead of you. And just in front of them, there's this kind of dugout nook where that's been kind of implanted into the ground. It's been concealed with branches and camouflage via just loads of leaves and dead leaves that they've kind of gathered in the area. Almost, it stands out a little bit, but because he's being used in autumn leaves and whatnot that he's obviously clearly kept onto. But for the most part, it's kind of dug into the ground. It's a fairly concealed little bunker. He heads inside by lifting up one of the branches covering the doorway.
Oh, mind your head as you come in, of course.
And then he slips ahead where there's this almost kind of like a more modern bunker where there's this slit where you can all kind of watch out of. And he goes and stands by it. The taller people, if they would come into here, would have to kneel to go inside.
Do they have to stay knelt the entire time?
It's a little bit deeper, closer to where the eye hole is, and he's got like a little bit of a step up. He's clearly accommodated for slightly taller people, but maybe not for yourselves, as you're rather large. But you'd be able to see out of it if you just kind of leant down.
Can we stay outside as a choice?
You can stay outside as a choice. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
You'd probably see just
Scott
over
takes
it.
one look at the door and just walks to the side of the building and leans on it.
Okay. Yeah.
He'd be like, just try and keep yourself quiet out there if you can. We don't want you getting picked up by the rock.
And he kind of grimaces at the idea.
Rocks are noble creatures.
True.
Saphira would crawl down in there and shrink herself as good as she could to fit in.
Okay.
Doesn't want to stay up. Smelly bear.
Yeah, it can probably fit about 8 people or so inside. So, everyone else going inside, or are you staying outside?
Inside.
Okay.
Inside.
If everyone
I'll go in.
when you head in, if everyone can roll a perception check for me, please.
Mhm.
It's at this moment, by the way, it's pretty dark outside, as the sun hasn't risen yet. 14.
I rolled a 5.
What if we have dark vision?
Very good. Yeah, if you have dark
I have
vision,
dark vision.
still roll general. I'll just lower the DC for you.
Cool.
What did everyone roll? So go around clockwise, LG.
14.
Timothy.
5.
Okay. Basil.
4.
Scold.
7 with dark vision.
Okay, and Saphira.
I rolled a 5. I also have dark vision.
Yeah, I have dark vision too.
Oh my god, we all rolled so
Yeah,
shit.
only
Yeah,
one.
so
The highest was a
bad.
14. So,
I don't have dark vision.
most of you are. Wait, you rolled a 10 dark vision?
Who? No, I said I don't have.
Oh, you don't have. Okay, sorry.
Don't mind me.
The vast majority of you would be looking out at just kind of almost like the ground is moving, right? This field ahead of you. It looks as almost that the very grass is just kind of shimmering, almost like when you have like a little bit of light in your eyes and you kind of get that glimmer. To those with dark vision, you can see that these are definitely shapes and movements. You just can't really make out the movements and the shapes. There's definitely things that are crawling around there. To you, Fear, though, you notice that they are, in fact, hundreds, if not thousands, of large, grubby-like worms, all just kind of nestled together, rolling around together in these bunches.
So I'm glad I can see that.
Artie kind of looks across.
This is where it gets good. They are mating. They make thousands and thousands of them in this time. It's beautiful, really.
You notice Fear, and those of you with dark vision would start to see more shapes come out, and this time it's far more visible. You notice these creatures just like shimmering from over by the rocky cliffs, coming out the ground. Ertie looks across.
Just fucking.
Yeah, just every worm there is just fucking.
I
Yeah,
didn't
this
know
is a
it
fuck
was-
field.
It looks like. What is joke?
What?
He You said, I don't know what that would look like.
Yeah, can you describe it more vividly, please?
So,
Yes,
okay,
please.
sure.
Please don't.
Imagine just clumped up worms and lots of goo. That's kind of what my field research for this is Googling the words earthworms mating. And it's
You don't
so
Google
imagine that
keywords.
times 1,000. It's just loads of them all over the place. It's just loads of worms rolling around. But out of the hills comes these large kind of chameleon-like lizards. They're kind of long
I'm
of
gonna
body.
just take a moment and I'm gonna whisper, "This is magical," and try not to.
As dawn approaches, your keen eyes would start to make out as just kind of the orange in the air as the sun's beginning to rise. You'd see all of these lizards, these large lizards, 4 foot themselves, kind of crawl out from out the mountains. 100 or so of those, and they start eating, swallowing down the grubs, gorging themselves on the worms. They kind of pick them up and swallow them whole. After a soft moment, it doesn't matter how easy it was to see at the beginning, because after swallowing the worms, you can see as just the bodies of kind of almost as if LED lighting underneath them. You see as their kind of stomachs start to glow blues and reds all across, and the whole field seems to light up with these lizards' bellies as they glimmer and glow. These reds and blues just kind of making this almost magical kind of scene, almost like a grounded Aurora Borealis. As all these lizards start to feed on the grubs, Erti he speaks at kind of like a loud whisper.
Arbor lizards, magical beasts, but what? This isn't the thing to see, though. This is a delicacy for the rock. Just wait.
There's silence for a
Gonna get
little while.
cooler?
He nods across the basil.
Oh, much cooler.
And he kind of does a double thumbs up. He excitedly
gonna
whips
just-
out.
with the raised shoulders.
Yeah, like a, really gleeful, especially that anyone's taken
So
interest in
cute.
this.
Oh.
Just as dawn approaches, and starts to kind of, the sun starts to rise a little bit. You wait. And wait. And though a beautiful sight and something you likely thought you wouldn't see, you've been here for nearing an hour now. And it starts to feel like it's getting dull. Nothing's really happening. And the sun is emitting an orange glow across the field, which mixes in with all of the lights. One more perception check, please, from everyone.
Oh boy.
Big money. I jinxed it. I got a 4.
You do clockwise again?
Yeah.
Did anyone roll over a 15?
I'm good at other stuff.
Yes.
I did.
Yeah.
Okay. What did you two
Can
roll?
I smell?
We rolled 19.
In this particular one, smell wouldn't help. If you do smell,
Then
though,
I
you
rolled an 11.
Nice. Okay. So what did you roll, Sophia and Timothy?
We got
19.
19s.
As everyone else is kind of getting a little bit restless. Albeit it is a pretty view, but it is just the same view for an hour. You see this kind of just far off distance bird in the clouds. It's not a very cloudy day, so you can see this kind of thing moving. And it looks like it's just a bird quite close to you, but then you realize, no, this is far away. And then Erti's kind of eagerly waiting. He's looking up at the sky. And there's... You hear this kind of almost... This gushing sound, almost like a storm is starting to brew. Starting to sound like lightning crackling. And it's like this soft sound that's getting louder and louder. And then you start to see this bird shape is becoming bigger and bigger and bigger. And then you hear nothing. A silence. Before you hear... And this whistling sound, just this gush of wind, as you see bursting through the clouds. At this distance, almost looking like an eagle, but it's getting bigger and bigger until this enormous, just 200-foot wingspan is this great, large, eagle-like beast just kind of flies through. This huge bird has a plume of blue feathers encompassing its whole head, with feathers as large as kind of the average man, just all across its plumage, across its wings. It protrudes from the wings, a chestnut brown just covering its body. This thing is massive, the biggest thing you've probably ever seen. Its talons look large enough to lift the horse-drawn carriage in them alone, with the horses attached. It becomes parallel with the ground for a moment, just far in front of you, and just glides along. This thing is the size of like a Boeing 747 plane as it just flies towards the ground. You hear this just great wind gushing towards you now. You can just see how massive this creature is. It scoops up a lizard in its beak, swallowing it back, as if it's just a small, tiny little snack to it, before flapping its wings. As its wings flap, you feel this wing just push you back. You find it hard to stay on your feet, especially you outside, Scold. You'd find as your just fur brushes back against this great wind as it flies great into the air. It swings back around before slowly descending again, just drifting on its wings again. This time, though, its talons grip onto as many of the lizards as possible. It scoops them up, almost like one of those claw machines. It kind of scoops them up and just grips onto them. It has nearly a dozen in its claws as it just flies up and lifts itself into the sky. As you see, as quickly as it came, the rock, this huge, majestic beast, just flies off into the distance, heading south, back to where it came from. In what felt kind of like minutes was mere moments, as it becomes smaller and smaller into the distance. Erty, tearful in his eyes, goes, "It's not quite over yet. The next bit's actually my favorite. The griffin is a magical creature. Equally so in many regards. Much smaller, though, of course. But the griffin," and he points over to where the rocky cliffs are beside you. Only like 60 foot up or so. But he points and goes, "The nest is just over there. It waits its turn. It knows its place in the hierarchy, and it waits for the rock to leave before coming down and getting its food and its sustenance itself to bring back to its nest. It should be here any moment now." Can I get one last perception check from everyone, please?
Yes.
Yeah, can't wait.
Oh, baby. 20.
Natural 20?
Nice.
No, 19. But
Okay. Still, she good?
I got a 6.
19.
Very nice. So that's a 20 and 19. Did you say 19 as well, Sophia?
I got 14.
Oh, 14. And then what did you get, Fia?
16.
All of you would notice your eyes are pretty keen to see that you can make out the rocky cliffs pretty well. You can even see slightly the nest from here, and it doesn't look like the griffin's in it. Erty sat there. You see his face going from a smile to like a concerned look. Any moment now, it's seconds after the rock. Usually, it doesn't need to eat much. But it never misses this. It's very fond of this snack. It's a delicacy. He waits.
Squinting to see if she can see.
Even from this distance, you surely would have been able to see the griffin by now, but it doesn't come. Erty looks a little
Maybe
defeated.
it's full?
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't eat for 2 days waiting for this. It's very specific, you see. These lizards don't come from. They don't come out of the mountains or the hills unless there is a worm field. It waits for this. It wouldn't miss it. Something's wrong.
Uh-oh. What do you think is wrong?
I don't know. Perhaps it's hurt. Perhaps something's happened. No. I mean, it would be here by now. We would have seen it. It always happens this way. If we see especially the rock is, it might not come. The rock chooses when to come, but the griffin's never not there. He kind of looks. Perhaps I should go up there. Perhaps I should go and have a look.
Wait, like,
Is that safe?
You
Are
wanna
they
just-
territorial?
go look by yourself?
Well, there's a pathway that leads up. It's what people use if they don't have a caravan with them. You can pass by the road just by going up the rocky area. It's a makeshift path, of course. It's a little bit of a climb, but it's like you'll be fine, I suppose.
And yes, they are rather territorial, yes.
Or maybe you could look for me? A refund? Perhaps?
I mean,
We can look, I guess.
I do feel like if someone's gonna look, it seems like it's a better idea if it's us rather than you just going up there by yourself. No, I don't mean any offense by that, but I feel like there's just more of us. You know, you should probably not go up there. Do you want to tell us what we need to look? What are we just gonna keep our eye out, just look for the griffin, or is there
You're right.
is there
I should
a
stay down
sign or
here.
something like what?
Yes, its nest is just at the top of the hill up there on the kind of the cliffside, and maybe just have a peek over, just see if it's there. Don't disturb it if you see it though. Maybe it isn't hungry. I mean, I wouldn't. It doesn't make sense, but maybe it's not.
So just have a peek. That's it. You just want us
Just
to have a peek.
Just a little look-see. Yes, if you would. I can
Yeah,
pay
okay.
you.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh,
How much?
He kind of reaches open this little kind of purse he has on his belt, opens it up. Has anyone stood next to him?
Yeah, I figured I would be close.
Basil, you can see it's full of gold coins. If it's just a peek, and of course, how's 5 gold sound?
Each?
I suppose each.
I mean, I don't know if we
Yeah.
need that much gold, guys.
Gold each sounds good, I think, yeah.
Okay.
He's gonna mouth.
If you
"I'm
feel that-
sorry" to RT.
if you feel that that's a fair price, I certainly wouldn't want to try and dissuade you.
I mean, I could give you 5
So-
gold for all of you if you'd like, if you'd prefer.
I think your first suggestion of 5 gold each is fine. I think go with your first choice. Let us do that.
Okay. Sure. Just don't hurt it. Okay.
Of course
Okay.
not.
Appreciate that.
Just a peek.
Just a
Look,
peek.
just a little look.
Just a look-see.
What
Yeah.
should we do if it's hurt?
Fetch me. I'm not sure. I don't. Maybe we can. I don't know. Maybe we can try and get it some help. I'm not too sure.
Maybe you should come up there with us. We
Yeah,
can
stay like far enough behind to
Stay behind us.
not get hurt.
Okay. Okay. Sure.
All right. Let us leave then.
Okay.
Okay. You would have been able to hear all of that as well, Scold.
Okay.
There's a slight road just adjacent to this main road as well. Whereas the main road is kind of more of a kind of a graveled path and in some places cobbled. This is more scattered sand and gravel to kind of make a makeshift road heading up. It's definitely more of a footpath than somewhere you would take a caravan. A bit rocky kind of ground and whatnot. It's not really designed for that, but it's clearly been made for when people don't want to wait for the worm field and still want to kind of pass them by. But he says, mind your step. Usually there's the Carbon sends some soldiers up here to make sure this pathway is cleared. But they haven't done it this year for some reason. Troubles and all that. Okay. And he kind of walks behind you guys as you head along that road. If everyone does head across that road.
Yeah.
Yep. I think that.
I'm gonna just look back at him and be like, struggles in Carbon?
Well, yes. The army moved around a lot and all sorts. I'm not too sure. I haven't been down there for some weeks.
You head for a little while. The rocky cliffs are tall, as I said, like 60 feet high along the cliffside, but it's no mountain. This slope, as you kind of get closer to the rocky area, seemingly makes its way to the top, where there's a kind of a crevice walkway. If everyone could do an athletics or acrobatics check to see how quickly you can kind of ascend upwards. And also, what kind of pace are you walking at? Are you going at a slow, kind of stealthy pace? Are you going at more of a brisk walk? Are you rushing? What are you doing as a group?
I guess at least for Saphira, she'd probably walk at a decently brisk pace.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not a stealthy guy.
Okay. Yep. Did everyone roll okay?
Yeah.
I'm not the most athletic or agile person. I rolled 1.
A natty one.
That one.
That's the first one!
Heavy.
Yay! Congratulations!
Yeah.
That was a natural one earlier.
Was there a natural one earlier as well? Oh, well,
Yeah.
you, as you kind of making your way up, it's kind of like it's kind of like very rocky, very pebbly kind of walkway to try and get up to the top of the crevice area. You would notice as you're kind of climbing your way up, you're all kind of doing your own thing, making your way up there. Poor old Timothy is slipping constantly, making a lot of sound. His armor's clanking. It takes him a while to get up. He's causing like little rock falls, and he slows down your pace by quite a bit. But you do make it to the top eventually. He's just covered in dust and dirt and just kind of rocky chalk across his armor and his face and in his hair. At the top, you can see where kind of a pathway has been attempted. Scattered sand and gravel also mixed in with the rocks here as well. It's plenty uneven, but the ground is definitely a little more stable. You're between two rock faces either side in a kind of a 20-foot gap. It seems as if the path goes on for a little while before turning. Constant hills and bumps along the way. Scold, could you do a perception check with advantage for smell?
I shall. 20.
The smell starts to come into you. It's kind of like it's like a roasted pheasant. It's kind of this meat cooking in the air. There's definitely a fire up ahead. You can start to see kind of the smoke plume ahead, though it's been kept quite quiet. The smell fills your nostrils. You get this really rich, meaty smell, chicken kind of on the air.
Oh boy.
I smell fire. Meat.
Meat.
Ahead.
You guys go onwards.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
You make your way up the rocky area. You come to a kind of a taller opening, like a kind of like a cliffside face, quite wide, with various walkways leading up to it. It's about 70 feet of flattish ground up the top. As you kind of open yourselves onto this part, you would notice there's 5 individuals. To one side, there's a fattened orc wearing no shirt and having bandages kind of wrapped on him by a lady beside him wearing kind of boiled leather. Standing perched on a rock with a bow drawn, or at least out, keeping lookout, is a human man. He's got dull features, a kind of masked as well. One of the 5 is tending to a fire. It's a dwarf with kind of half his hair shaven, red hair, forked beard, kind of braided together. And upon the shaven area, you can see these various tattoos and markings. And one side of the fire is a woman who, at first glance, might be a Goliath. But then you notice the deeply tanned skin upon her and the cropped hair making its way down her back. She's just a very tall human woman. Broad of feature, her face sharp as the 2 axes upon her belt. The fire hosts a spit, which is cooking a leg of meat. And, to your dismay, a great bird lying with its elegant wings folded over itself, masking its wounds, lies off to one side near the fire. The griffin lies dead.
Oh my god.
And a few corpses as well lie to one side of the injured orc, wearing travelers' and locals' clothes. As you kind of make your way up, the taller woman stands, looks across to you all. Well, look who's finally here. That's where we'll take a quick 10-minute break, 5-10-minute break, so everyone can get drinks and whatnot.
That's suspense.
Yeah, oh my god.
Well.
Oh my.
So if everyone wants to stretch their legs, get 5 minutes, we'll come back and
Mhm.
and see what happens from there. Thank you for watching so far. Sorry about any technical issues we have and whatnot. I think it's just natural that we're going to run into them. It's not your fault at all. No, before the I mean, we were late to the stream because of me.
Yeah.
I guess.
So it's all good. It's all good. Everyone in the chat, thank you so much if you stuck around watching. Take 5 minutes for yourselves to go and get a drink or not. I'm going to mute up. We'll be back in a moment. I'll put on some music before we continue for the last little section of the first episode of Godforged. Appreciate it, guys. Okay, whilst I'll talk to you guys chat for a second. Yeah, sorry for any technical issues on my side and stuff. We'll work to getting better as time goes on. I hope everyone's enjoying it so far. We'll be playing this every week on Sundays, and progressing the world and story there. I'll throw in a stream this week where we'll basically talk about, maybe tomorrow, where I'll talk about some of the stuff that we're doing for like different rule changes and whatnot, and then also anything we need in terms of any plans we're doing in kind of future stuff. But I will wait for everyone to give me the confirmation that they're back before we move back into here. So please keep enjoying the wonderful tune from the wonderful Larian Studios. Again, thank you to CG Projekt Red and Larian Studios for letting us use their music throughout this campaign. We got some awesome little bits and bobs. Also, Roll20 wasn't really letting me play the music properly. Every time I played it, it was cutting out every like 10 seconds. So I'll probably play around with that and make sure their thing works, their music works. Otherwise, I'll just keep playing it system-wise and make it for the players so they can hear that music for their immersion and work out a playlist via that. So don't worry, all the la-la-la-lays from the Witcher soundtrack will kick in. I think everyone's kind of getting back now, so we'll start getting back to it. Okay. I'm bringing you guys back up. Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello.
Hello, hello, hello.
Alrighty, tidy. Everyone here, yeah?
Yep.
Okay, let me... Throw on some different music, and then we're good to go. Yeah, I was just letting the chat know. I think you guys could hear me, right? Oh, no, maybe you couldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Here we can.
No, we can.
You can hear me now, yeah, but you couldn't hear me when I was wanting to chat then, could you?
We could.
Oh, we could.
Sorry,
Oh, you
yes, we
could.
always
Sorry,
hear you.
that's my bad. Yeah, I don't know. I'll try and fix Roll20's music system. Has it been playing consistently for you guys?
I
Yeah, it's been fine on my side.
I've had no issues
I
on my end.
obviously
Yeah.
had it turned off, so.
It's weird. But no, yeah, that's all cool.
You can
It's
always just drop. You can always just drop like a YouTube link in Discord, and we can just press play.
Yeah,
true.
yeah. So I'll probably set up a whole playlist for next time with all the different
Yeah,
music
I
instead
would.
of using this. I think it'll be just a bit better. Okay.
Okay.
So coming back into things. Ahead of you guys are those 5 individuals. A large lady just stood up and said, huh. So, put the food down, boys. The dwarf kind of lowers some of the food he's eating, wipes his hands, and they all kind of stood there. The girl is still dressing the wounds of the half-orc, but he kind of pushes himself up. He's this big, kind of beefier, folds of fat kind of over himself, but you can just see he's been wounded. 3 bandages across his shoulder as if he's been clawed. Artie steps forward. What have you done? What the hell have you done? And he starts kind of just walking forward towards them.
I can put my arm out, like.
He looks at you. You monsters! The lady kind of holds up a hand. Quiet. So. There, dwarf. And whoever you are. We have no business with you. You're free to go. Head on back the way you came. We're looking for these other 4. How you
Us?
doing? Yes, you.
What do you want with us?
She takes a couple of steps forward.
Really?
Oh, that's right, yeah. We're looking for you primarily. Caused some trouble, didn't you, up in the north? She looks across to Scold again. One of the only people you haven't really seen kind of back away from you at the site. Scold. Again, you're free to go.
Scald looks down at Timothy. What do you want me to do?
I say we stay here.
I think I'll stay.
All right. More the merrier, eh, boys? Yeah. Your loss. So, with a mutual friend we do, you've been dealing with our friend Ramir. Am I right?
Dealing is a generous term.
Is that right?
I think we would have dealt with him, but he ran like a coward. So, no.
Mouth on this one, eh? That's fine. And what about you, Silk? Hiding behind them, are you? Turn sides? Ramir will be so disappointed. You can kind of see him kind of cowering now. For the first time, instead of being his cocky little self, he's backing away, trying to hide. Well, you get to go no further. All of you are to come here, and maybe we'll go easy on you. Maybe we'll only kill 2 of you. Send a message, you know. Which 2, though? Any volunteers? She kind of just lifts her axes from off of her belt. What do you want me to pick?
You know no one's gonna actually volunteer for that. I don't know why you would even say that.
I've heard you were quite noble. I didn't think the big one would. In fact, I've been rather looking forward to fighting her. All right, no matter.
Vera would just reach her hand very, very slowly to the axe over her shoulders and grab the hilt, just keeping eye contact with the big burly woman.
She looks directly back at you. So this is how it is then. We'll kill the lot of you. Take back a little trophy to Ramir. Let him know that we had to do his dirty work. Last chance. Any of you want to back away, you can now. They all just start drawing out their weapons. The dwarf bringing out his kind of axe and whatnot, and you just see them all just kind of stand there. The only one who doesn't draw a weapon is the big burly half-orc, who just kind of cracks his knuckles.
Can't we just talk this out? I don't understand why it has to be a fight.
They did
He
say...
smiles sheepishly.
We can talk this out. Why don't you come closer over here? Have a little conversation.
I think we can all hear each other from where we are. I don't know that anyone actually needs to go closer.
Scald puts a hand gently on the little David Attenborough fella.
Yep, okay. So yeah,
he kind of like guides him behind them towards like the rock, the entrance they came
Where is Silk in relation to the rest of us?
he's kind of hiding behind Saphira.
Okay.
He does as you say. He goes and hides behind some rocks.
This will be over quick.
Well,
I'd like to try and walk over to Saphira and Silk
okay.
and look at Silk and say, remember our deal. And as I do that, I'm going to try very quickly to take a dagger out and slit his rope around his wrists.
Oh.
Okay. As you do that,
This could go bad.
the lady looks
Yeah,
across.
fuck.
All right, boys. We've got a fight on our hands, just as we wanted. Everyone, we're going to be rolling initiative.
Woo!
Let me move you guys over
Oh,
to the
man.
right thing. Give me a second. I'll tell you when. You're going to be on the southern part of this.
Okay.
Down here.
Okay.
Okay. Let me change up my music a second. You can all roll initiative if you'd like now.
Okay.
Over to the right, by the way, that's kind of a cliffside. It's a taller cliff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I see what's going on here.
All right, give me a second.
Oof. Let's make everything a little smaller here. It's a little bit laggy.
Just a little bit.
Roll 20.
Roll 20, yeah. I'm just gonna refresh and see if that.
Okay.
Give me-
Let me just get all these characters onto the board.
Alright.
I like Silk's token.
Yeah, I found a little goblin one. It's good, isn't
It's
it?
just like him, right?
Little flathead.
Okay, let me just get all 5 of these people out. Alrighty.
How do we roll again?
So, to roll initiative, make sure to click first on your token on the battlefield. And then click the word initiative in your character sheet. This is my first time doing this with creatures, so here it is.
Ooh.
No.
Oh my god, crit.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Nice.
Oh shit. Slammed. Alright, let me try
Alright.
on a different browser. Helps.
Apparently, because I wasn't clicking on the... I need to click on the actual thing 1 second. Each of the characters before I click initiative, I think. There you go.
What is this?
And then finally, the dwarf. Let me move everyone into their positions because it doesn't really track that properly. Bum bum bum. You guys rolled really well.
Yeah.
Not bad, not
don't-
bad.
I don't even see my
Initiative?
token.
Oh, did you? You have to.
You have to drag it out.
It's
I
in.
did. I think
It should be in.
I'm
The,
gonna just try to do it again. I was kind of waiting, like it was taking a long time. Hold on.
okay,
It's just very slow. Sorry.
that's okay.
There we go. Let's try again.
There she is.
Yeah, you got it
There
there.
we go.
Now remember to click on it before you click initiative.
It's this one, right? No, maybe.
Whereabouts are
Why is
you?
it so slow?
Should be on your character creation.
There we go.
Okay, to get sheet. Is it lagging? Did you press it?
Yeah, it's just really laggy. Sorry.
Mm,
I'll get there.
That's okay. So by the way, at the same time, yeah, you see all 5 of them. So this front guy's the one with the bow out. This is the dwarf.
So glad that-
Over there. Okay, you're 8. You didn't click on your character. You have to click on the actual token on the field.
Oh, I thought I did. I'll do it again. I think it's because I switched browsers.
That one back there is the lady that was talking. There you go. Yeah, you're on there. Okay.
Yes, I was
so-
switched browsers. Sorry.
Up first, you have got Saphira, followed by Scoldra up next. What would you like to
Okay.
do?
Let's see. Well, I guess Saphira will be going straight for the bacon burly woman, naturally, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, so Saphira is gonna start raging.
Okay, you start raging.
Mhm. And I
Cool.
think I would like to use Divine Fury for Path of the Zealot. Where
Okay. Could you remind me what that does?
Yeah. I can channel Divine Fury into my weapon strikes while I'm raging. The first creature that I hit on my turn with a weapon attack takes extra damage equal to 1d6 plus half your barbarian level. The extra damage is necrotic or radiant.
Very nice. Which one are you going to do? Necrotic or radiant?
Radiant.
Okay. Yeah. So you stand there and you just infuse your axe with this kind of righteous zealot fury. Okay. Is to do that, is that an action or is that a bonus action to do that?
Let me see if it says.
Or does it just attach itself?
I think it just attaches itself because it doesn't say anything whether it's a bonus action or anything.
Oh, does it say when you're raging? Is that what it says?
Yeah.
Yep,
Well, it says while you're
Raging is a bonus action, yeah.
Yeah. Then you still got your action, you still got your movement.
Okay, so I will move.
So that's the burly
This
one in
is
the back.
oh, that's her all the way back there. Oh, sorry,
can
I thought
reach
it was
it.
the one next.
Just bear in
Yeah,
mind that if you go into people's path and then you move out of it, they're going to have an attack of opportunity against you.
Okay.
So 5 foot radius around each of them. If you move out of that 5 foot radius, they get an attack of opportunity. So you can get to her, but they bear in mind they might take that.
Okay. In that case, maybe she should attack someone else. No, I think she's just gonna go for it.
Okay.
She's raging, so she'll just charge through straight at the woman who was taunting them to begin with.
Can you show me which path you'd go through?
Yeah. How do I do that with the
Yeah, show me
ruler?
with the ruler, maybe. Yeah.
I'll remind myself how to do that. It's been a while.
So you can just click your character and drag it.
Yeah.
And if you want to map out like distance of your movement, you can click the fourth one down, which is a ruler, and you can just kind of like map out how far.
Yeah, that's what I wanted.
And as long as it's within 30, you're good.
So
yeah, so she'd go
if you go that way, you're taking an
maybe
opportunity from this person.
this way, like this, straight through the middle.
Okay, yeah, you'd be passing into that one there, so she'll get an attack of opportunity again.
Okay.
She'll be the only one. Okay, cool. She will definitely take that. She's going to swing at you. Is that an unnatural 20? I think that, it was an unnatural 20. Does an unnatural 20 hit? I assume so, right? Your armor class is 13?
It's 13, that's correct.
So you take 2 points of slashing damage as she just kind of, just as you go past, you just see her just bring her blade down, a scimitar down, just slice against the back of your leg. Not causing a too deep a cut, but you're just raging through it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Well, Saphira's going to go straight ahead and attempt to bring her axe down across the big burly lady.
Go for it.
Sorry, my mouse keeps unplugging, so it's like, every time I'm trying to click something.
Great day for all of us.
I know, it really is. I think I broke the USB cable, so it keeps stopped working. Okay. So I've turned on rage damage. Okay, great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and
A 15. A 15 is just what you needed to hit.
okay.
Yeah, 7 points of. So you do 5 points of slashing damage, 2 points of rage, right? Okay. Which I believe it counts as the slashing. You hack straight into her, causing a pretty nasty gash already. All right.
Does she do bonus damage too?
Oh yeah, that's
Yes,
true.
you did-
The bonus damage
is it
for
added in?
Divine Fury.
Yes.
No,
1d6
it
plus
doesn't.
2, right?
It
You're
doesn't
right.
automatically get added in. So should I just roll 1d6?
Yeah, if you roll 1d6, of radiant damage on top.
Okie dokie. That was 3.
A 3.
And so it's 1d6 plus half your barbarian level. So that would be. I don't know if it's rounded up or down.
Rounded down, I imagine. So
Okay, so it'd be 4
points of damage. Nice.
Yeah.
For a total of 11. Nice. Yeah. So you whereabouts are you striking her?
I think right on the shoulder, like kind of what's this? The traps area, maybe.
Got it.
Like right down there.
Yeah, as you just kind of dig it in, you feel your axe kind of hit a bone, and it kind of nooks itself in there. And she kind of stands there grimacing her teeth. She looks staged back at you. I knew you would be a good fight. Okay, up next is, have you got anything else you want to do?
No, that's fine.
Okay, up next is Scold.
Scald is gonna he rolls his shoulders and he turns his maul upside down, and then he slams it into the dirt.
Okay.
And he leaves it there. He's gonna gently put a hand on the shoulders of Timothy and Basil and part them, and you see him walk towards these two guys here.
Okay.
And he just kind of grips his gauntlet, and you hear him yell, "Org!"
Nice.
And I'm gonna attempt to just grapple the one in front of me.
Okay, yeah. So this is just a human woman, so she's much smaller than you. If you want to do a strength check or an athletics check, and I think I have to do an acrobatics.
I count as one size larger, I think, as well when grappling.
Mm.
God.
I rolled an unnatural 20. So she,
Holy fuck.
she, as you see her come
Squirmy.
towards her, she just kind of ducks underneath. You hear her go, "Oh fuck, get him off me!" Anything else you want to do in your turn?
No, that's it. In my turn.
Up next is the dwarf's turn. He is going to, he's gonna head 15, 20. He's gonna go for the most timid target he can see, Basil. He just kind of rushes straight ahead, charging with his warhammer kind of drawn out. And he's gonna go ahead and just take this big swing at you.
So rude.
21 to hit.
Yeah, that hits. Jesus.
I rolled pretty well. I'm sorry.
These guys are rolling so good.
Yeah, my God.
7 bludgeoning damage
Oof.
as his warhammer just slams into you. Yeah, I just rolled an unnatural 18 and an unnatural
God damn.
Same.
19. before
Great,
that as well.
congratulations.
Yeah, I'm
Right.
sorry. That's all he can do on his turn, though. So he just comes into you, slams his this warhammer against your chest. Just kind of, you feel your bones crackle a little bit as this kind of just deep groan comes through across them. Up next is your turn, though, Basil, and Timothy, you're up next.
Awesome. Let's see here. I am going to. So if I do a cantrip, can I also attack?
No. If you have a
No.
bonus
Okay.
action as a spell, you can do a cantrip as an action.
Yeah, the
I
spell or cantrip has to say bonus action.
I see. Okay. Got it. Okay. I think I'm just going to plain out attack him with my hand axe since he's right in front of me now.
Sure. Go for it.
All right. Let's. Oh boy, 9 to hit.
9 doesn't hit, I'm afraid.
Yeah, no, it wouldn't.
This guy is kind of stood there with like a small half shield and kind of on his arm. But a 9 does not hit, I'm afraid. So yeah, anything else you want to do in your bonus action?
Can you ready a reaction on bonus action?
Not, you can't ready a reaction.
Okay.
But what kind of reaction would you like to do? Because if he moves out of the way, you can trigger a reaction. Unless you've got something else you want to do.
No, that's okay.
Okay.
That's it.
Then Timothy, you're up next.
Seeing Basil getting attacked right now, I want to bring out my spiritual weapon.
Cool. I don't have a token
so
for
I'm gonna
this,
summon
but let me see.
That's okay. I'm just going to summon it right in front next to this guy. The first turn I do it, it uses regular action to attack, but every turn for the next minute, I could attack with a bonus action, so...
Yes. Yeah,
Get my first
your
roll.
first... use your... It's an action to cast spiritual weapon, it is, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh! I rolled a 7 for that attack.
Let's see if I can find a spiritual weapon. What does your spiritual weapon look like?
It's going to be just my hammer, essentially.
Just your hammer, okay. Let me just see if I can get like a hammer or token on the board. What did you roll to attack?
A 7.
A 7 to hit the dwarf in front of you. I'm afraid
Yeah.
it does not hit. Where would you like your spiritual weapon to be?
Thank you. Right in front of me.
Yeah, I'm afraid 7 doesn't hit. You poor guys.
I
Okay.
know.
Anything else you want to do as a bonus action? Oh no, you used your bonus action, didn't you?
Oh, that's it for now. Well, no, I haven't used it yet, but I don't.
Oh,
really
you haven't
have
used it. Yeah, you're right.
the bonus
You're right.
action yet, so I'm just gonna hang out.
Okay.
I have
Up
a
next.
quick question.
Yep, go for it.
Do you do flanking or not?
No.
Okay, cool.
It might be something we implement later on, but I've never really used flanking rules in 5th edition.
It's a bit of a pain in the ass, to be honest.
Yeah, it's hard to kind of keep track of it all.
Yeah.
It's now the half orc's turn. So this guy, he's tall. He's closing on kind of like 6.5 feet. This half orc. He's gonna step up to you. He doesn't wield a weapon either. And he looks at you and goes, "Oh, big guy, pick on someone your own size." And he is
There
going.
isn't one.
He's going to try and take an unarmed strike against you. Holy shit. I just rolled an unnatural 19, which is a 22 to hit.
Oh, God!
You gotta put it.
I know.
You're trying to TPK us?
It's the fates,
know.
dude. 5 points of bludgeoning damage as you just feel him slam his arm into you, punching you square in the stomach. But then as a bonus action, he gets to attempt to grapple. So it's athletics versus athletics.
Mm-hmm. When the damage is halved, is it rounded up?
Turn it down, I think.
Round
right?
it down.
Yeah.
Okay. I've got Horgon, so
Yes, you do.
maybe 2.
Yeah, so anyone who hasn't seen a rune knight before, they get runes, Horgs 1, which kind of puts him into a state of rage almost. He takes half on bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing. So just 2 damage, yeah. His athletics.
I rolled a 17.
Only rolled a 13. So he tries to grapple you and just can't get a grip on you. You feel him pull away a couple of hairs, but that's about it. But he can't grab you. Okay. Up next is the archer. He's gonna turn and try and protect his leader. Actually, he's not. He's gonna take into credit what she said about wanting to fight Saphira. He's gonna turn and shoot an arrow towards the bear's back. Towards Scold. Let's see. Does a 15 hit?
Nope.
Okay.
Nice.
You see him shoot this arrow and just kind of flings and pings off your half plate. You hear the ting as it kind of flops to the ground. You hear him go, "Damn it!" That's all he's going to do on his turn. Up next is the lady in front of you. She is going to try and slash you with her scimitar as you're in front of her and trying to grab her. 18. Does an 18 hit?
It does.
It does.
6.
Oh, wait,
no,
sorry,
no,
it's not me, isn't it?
attacking
Okay.
Skull. 6 slashing
Okay.
damage, rounded down to 3 for you. As she just kind of brings her scimitar across your chest, only causing a slight cut above where your runic symbol's placed.
Cool.
I was wondering if that was her health bar that was appearing there, but it's yours.
No, it's
I was
mine.
like, what the hell?
Yeah. I'm just making it so I can keep track.
No, that's good. That's good. Okay, you're up next after this one, Thea, but it is now the leader's turn. What is she going to do? She is going to, so she is going to she gets a multi-attack. She's going to take 2 hand axe swings right at you, Saphira. The first one is a 5. I'm guessing that misses. But then
No, yeah, it does.
a 16 plus 4, 20.
Yeah,
on
it's
the
that
second
hits.
one. And she does 8 slashing damage straight to you. That is all she can really do right now, though.
Okay.
Okay, Fear's up next.
Okay. All right. If I try to attack,
Saphira, you're
Okay.
on deck. Mm-hmm.
so the archer is the one that is off on his own, right?
Yes. Archer,
Okay. And
dwarf, half orc.
right.
lady and leader. At the top.
Lady. Lady. Okay.
Lady.
She has no
okay.
specific trait.
If I feel like hypothetically, if I feel like shooting something at the very snotty large lady leader, is Saphira in my way?
At this
From where I am.
range, yes, she would be giving her half cover.
Okay, so where do I need to move so that...
You could move to the left. You can move over here somewhere, like there. But that's quite a long distance. I don't think you're gonna make it. Or you could move probably to here. I'd say to get a clear shot.
It's okay. I think what we'll do instead is... yeah, okay. So I am going to glance at Silk again, and I'm going to sort of rub my fingers against my palm, and I'm gonna shoot my right hand out, and as I do, I am going to cast Scorching Ray, and I am going to shoot one at the dwarf.
Okay.
And two at the half-orc.
Cool.
So
Go for it.
let me just...
You're up next, Saphira.
Yep. Okay.
Come on, roll 20. No. Oof.
It does not hit the dwarf. You see the scorching, just this beam of
That does
fire
not hit.
burst
Shit.
past the dwarf. He kind of looks as it goes overhead. And then who do you shoot the other ones at?
I am shooting two at the half-orc.
Okay. A 12 does hit him. That hits. They both hit. Roll damage on both of those.
Alright. So that's
7 points of fire damage. 17 points of
And a
fire
10.
damage.
Nice.
You launch these two scorching rays towards him. Having already been injured by the griffin, this half-orc gets sidearmed by these two just beams of fire that just kind of erupt over his body. You just see his kind of flesh almost melt and slip to the side. He just kind of... his head turns briefly before he drops down dead to the ground. He was already weakened, so you absolutely destroyed him more than enough. Okay. Oh,
X.
indeed. I'm going to put a little X over his face. So he's lying dead on the ground, just kind of smoldered, just melted
God
into the
watches
ground.
him drop and looks right and says, "She wasn't even your size."
He nods.
Nicely done. Okay. Anything else you want to do?
No, I think that's plenty.
All right, Saphira, you're
Yeah,
up
stay
next.
right
Gold, you're on deck.
All right. So Saphira's already Saphira's like screaming in her rage right now, just yelling and ignoring the fact that she's just taken a whole bunch of damage to a few cuts, and she's gonna attempt to swing her axe straight back down into the female burly bitch again, with Divine Fury continuing that.
Okay. Yeah. Go for it.
Okie dokie. Okay, 16.
16. I believe that does hit.
All right, and that was 8 slashing damage plus 2 rage,
And
and then
D6.
that's also going to be my d6 indeed. If my mouse would stop unplugging, that would be great. Okay, 4 plus my 1 from my level, so that's an additional 5 of
Nice. Of
of
radiant
divine
damage. Yeah. Okay,
yeah.
so a total of 15 damage. Holy shit, nice. Yeah, you hack into her again. This time she just kind of grimaces. You just see just blood's kind of starting to pool across her, and she nods her head. You're fucking good. Anything else you want to do?
I know. No, that's all. Thank you.
All right. Just before we go into your turn, Scold, I forgot to do little our little friend Silk's turn, but he's going to go and run and hide into the shadows of the mountain there, kind of staring quite fearfully of the large broad woman in the distance, kind of trying to get a bearing on the fight and how it's going. Okay, Scold's turn next.
I'm gonna roll to grapple this little squirmy lady
Do it.
after she attacked me. 24.
I only rolled a 16. Yeah, you successfully grapple her. She's like, let go of me, and she's locked in your arms.
I'm gonna drag her this way,
Okay.
Oh my god.
and I'm gonna be standing in front of this guy,
Okay.
holding the lady I'd grappled by the face with one hand.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, you drag her back, trying to like talk through your hand. This great big claw around her face. Okay. Is that where you want to leave your turn?
Yeah.
Okay. Dwarf is up next. Basil, you're on deck. The dwarf looks across to Basil again. And he goes,
Hey, give me a fucking challenge.
and he takes a big old swing with his warhammer. And that's a 5 to hit.
Okay.
Guessing that doesn't hit.
No, that doesn't hit.
Yeah,
No.
you swing, you dodge him back. He goes,
That's more like it, eh?
and he doesn't really do anything else. So Basil, you're up next. Tim, you're on deck.
All right, perfect. Okay, Bardic Inspiration is a bonus action, correct?
Yes.
I'm gonna do Bardic Inspiration on Timothy. Just shoot him a big grin and say, "You got this." And then I'm gonna do Vicious Mockery on the dwarf in front of me.
Okay, yeah.
What's happened? Is Roll20 lagging?
It probably is.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
there we go.
it's been lagging pretty bad in quarantine because a lot of people are playing games.
Makes sense.
On a
Wisdom
wisdom saving. Yeah, if you
Let's
fail that,
see.
you're gonna take 3 points. Of
I
psychic
rolled an 8, so he does take 3 points of psychic damage.
Nice.
What do you say to him to insult him? Or
I'm gonna
to mock him?
say, yeah. I'm gonna say, can't believe you would kill a griffin. You're disgusting. Very prideful.
It kind of
animals.
like
He's so insulted.
maybe it's because he's been born from the mountains. Maybe it's because he's a dwarf and spends his life and he would have seen many griffins kind of roosting and stuff. Maybe just that kind of momentary guilt. You just see him kind of shamed and pained by it.
Yeah.
Okay. End of your turn.
Yes, end of my turn.
Tim, you're up next.
I'm gonna guiding bolt the boy right in front of us, the dwarf.
Okay, go for it.
18 points of
hits.
damage.
No,
Well,
no,
that's the
18
damage. It's not...
Wait, is it?
Oh, is it?
Does guiding bolt?
That's 18 to hit.
Yeah.
Now click the
Spell
word
path?
guiding
Yeah,
bolt
then-
and it will roll damage.
Oh yeah, it's a ranged spell attack.
Yeah.
Well, 13.
That's
damage.
pretty good as well, though. 13 points of radiant damage as you guiding bolt. What does your guiding bolt look like? Is it kind of like a?
Also my hammer. I'm not original.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So this hammer
Everything
just
is my
strikes
hammer.
into him, and you just see, it was like his skin in his arm is like rippling as just cuts just kind of fuse all across him. He's just standing there really weakly now. He is very, very hurt.
All right, and then I'm gonna use my spiritual weapon as a bonus action to smack him
Go for
with
it.
advantage because of guiding bolt.
Go for it. 14.
Can I use the bardic inspiration?
You don't need to because it does hit.
Okay.
It's what you needed to hit. Okay, roll damage.
11.
Holy shit. Okay. Yeah. Your spiritual weapon hammer swings so hard into his face. You just hear this as his head just like twists almost. It's like you hear his neck break. He drops to the ground dead. That's 2 of them dealt with pretty quickly. Okay. And do you want to move at all?
Let me see. I'm gonna stay here.
Okay. Up next then is where we skip him. I can take him off the order now. It's the archer. So being so close to the bear, he is going to take. Yeah, he's gonna have to try and stab you with his. No, he's gonna go for the short bow at disadvantage. He's gonna try and just shoot just close range. At disadvantage though. Oof. A 2 and a 4. So he misses. You just see his arrow just fly off to one side. He's kind of looking up at you now, like, oh god, like realizing the situation he's in. It's now this lady's turn. She's going to try and attempt to break the grapple with. I believe I have to roll a dexterity against your.
I have a 13.
I rolled a 12. Yeah, she's just struggling against your hand, trying to pull away at the claws. But for a moment, you feel like she's going to get it, but then her hands kind of go tired, and she just holds onto your hand. Yeah, she can't do anything.
Again, she can still attack, right?
Actually,
That's
she
just a
can.
save
You
she
are
makes.
right. You're absolutely right. She can attack. I don't know if breaking a grapple though. Yeah, that's just a save automatically. You're right.
It just means that she gets 0 movement. Yeah.
You're absolutely right. Yeah, she's gonna just take a slash at you. For the sake of rule of cool, because you're kind of blocking her face, I'm gonna give a disadvantage on this though, because she's not gonna be able to really see. It wouldn't matter anyway. A 6 and a 7. Yeah, she's swinging blindly. You feel a little bit of your fur kind of get clipped, but that's it. No attack made on you. The big lady, back to her against Saphira.
Mm-hmm.
She is going to use. Yeah, she's just going to take a 2 hand axe swings again because you're kind of up close against her. Does an 11 hit? No.
No.
21 though hits, I imagine.
Yeah, it does.
That's another 7 points of slashing damage. As she's swinging her axes around. They're kind of hooked to chains. She cuts into you with the second one, digging deep into your just shoulder blade. She goes, "Got your back, tagged you. You're it." Next up is Fear, and then you're on deck.
Okay.
Fear.
All right, so I'm going to 2, 3. I'm gonna move. We'll just come straight there, and then I am going to once again have a slightly itchy palm.
Okay.
And kind of fling my hand out. Only this time I'm going to firebolt the archer.
Okay, go ahead. Try and firebolt the archer.
So, yeah, let's do it. Let's see what happens.
18 hits.
18.
Mm-hmm.
All right. 5.
5 points of fire damage. Yeah, you strike. Maybe it hooks onto his onto his cloak, and kind of singes across the side of him. He's like, "Ah, you bitch! How dare you!" And then he turns his kind of gaze towards you, distracted by you momentarily. Anything else you want to do?
Just gonna glance back at Silk, make sure that he's still in the area, and I'm just gonna stay there.
Okay. On Silk's turn now. He's, despite seeing a couple of the enemies fall and all of you guys still standing, he's still staring off into the distance towards the leader of the group and kind of remains hiding. At the top of the round, though, you all hear this as if like footsteps are coming from up here. Loud stomps.
Okay.
Equally,
Sure.
as her top of the Rhine villain action. So to describe to anyone who's watching, villain actions are something by a DM called Matt Colville, which is basically narrative-based top of the round actions that some monsters can have to excite the combat a little more. So as a villain action, the leader here is going to be casting something called, or performing the move Tempest Strike. You're the only one who's in range of her. Actually, yeah, no, she can't hit anyone else if she does this. So, could you make a dexterity saving throw as she grabs the 2 chains of axes and she just starts swinging them around her, just not caring who's next to her, just trying to get a cut anywhere she can.
My dexterity save is 15.
That's a good roll.
You made it. Yeah, you made it. So you only take half as much damage as one of them just clips you. So what would have been 10 points of damage, you only take 5 of slashing damage. Also, sorry, I've probably not been clear because obviously you're new to D&D. Because you're raging, you should have only been taking half of this damage. So if you haven't been doing that, you only take half piercing, slashing, and bludgeoning. So whatever the total is, just add yourself like half of it back to your health. Because you're in a rage. So yeah, that was only 3 points of damage rounded up.
I gotta do the maths now, and I'm not known for being good at maths because I deducted myself down to 18. I have 35 HP. So how much do I need to cut back?
So you
damage from this move 5, and then just give yourself half back total.
Say that again, sorry.
Have you
Do
already
the full damage from this move, and then just give yourself half of it back, and then it will make up for all the moves.
Okay.
Because overall, you said you're down to 18 health. So you want to add yourself 9 points, no, 8 points of health back, as you would have rounded up. So 8 points of health back.
Yeah.
Okay. It's your turn though, Saphira. Actually, wait, that was her villain action. She can do that at the top of the round. She can take an action straight afterwards. She's gonna take the 2 hand axes straight after.
Okay.
An 18 and a natural 20.
Woo. Okay.
That's for first one's 8 points of slashing damage. The second one is 4 plus 4, so for a total of 16 slashing damage, rounded down to 8 because you're raging.
Okay.
So she just fully just lynches into you, and you see the second strike just slashes straight into your gut, but through the rage you kind of maintain, glaring back at her. It's your turn now. You're on deck, Skull.
Okay. So can I attempt to hit her in a certain place with my axe?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so Saphira wants to try and aim for one of her arms in an attempt to potentially chop off a hand.
Okay. I'll give a difficult DC to do that for rule of cool, but yeah, go for it. You can hit her for sure. It will definitely do damage if it hits, but to dismember is going to take a big strike. But yeah.
Okay. Oh, it's not.
That is a natural 1.
Yes.
Yeah. She
couldn't have been worse.
She's having been a bit of a seasoned warrior. She sees you eyeing her arm, and she immediately knows your intent. As you swing against it, she just brings up one of the chains quickly, just blocking it and just, holding off your axe and blocking the momentum, moving her arm with it, so that you move off the side. She goes, "Nice try, not this time."
Okay.
Anything else you want to do?
No, that's Saphira.
All right, Scold.
I'm gonna attempt to shove the guy with the bow prone.
Okay, do it. Man, I didn't put the combat music on for you guys. Sorry, you've been listening to some calming music. Okay.
There we
That's
go.
more like it.
Yeah, there you
14?
go. 14 to the which one? Sorry, the
guy with the bow. That is facing fear.
Yes, that does. You want to push him onto the ground?
Yeah, knock him prone.
Yeah, you just.
While he's looking at fear, he just gets hit in the back of the head with a huge paw.
Nice. Yeah, you should see him just as he's kind of angrily glances, knocks to the ground. He's just lying on the floor. Okay. Do you want to do anything else?
No.
Okay. Basil, you're up next.
Okay. Okay.
Tim, you're on deck.
Let's see. I want to cast Shatter, which is a 10-foot radius
Yep.
area of effect, but I don't want to hurt Scold. I was going to try to hit those two, but I think I can only hit one of them without hitting him as well.
Yeah.
Or the
Uh,
other target would unfortunately be Saphira as well. That's the 10-foot radius I think I have.
Yeah, you could definitely hit the archer on his own, but
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we'll just hit the archer then with
Okay.
Shatter. So Constitution saving throw from him.
we'll do 15.
Okay. Is that, do I weigh that against my
Your spell save
own?
DC. Or your spell
Which is
save attack.
14, I believe.
Shit. Well,
Uh,
that's.
but I still think it does half damage, doesn't it? Shatter.
Oh, you're right.
Shatter
I believe
should,
it
yeah.
does. Yes. Okay. So let me.
To roll damage regardless.
Yeah.
Just gonna close my window and get loads of bugs flying in.
So 15. So half that.
15 points of damage. Nice.
Yeah.
Very, very nice. Okay.
Be 7 or 8? 7, 8?
I believe you round down for the things. 7 points of damage then. Okay. That
Nice.
archer's looking hurt. You see as although he kind of holds off the initial strike of it, he grabs his ears from the ground. Oh, no, you wouldn't have advantage on that. He's kind of holding his ears on the ground, like lying there. You can just see like blood trickling from beneath his palms. As obviously you've damaged him pretty badly with that. Okay. Anything else you want to do?
I'll move over here.
Okay. Timothy.
I'm going to. Let me see if I can. Oh yeah. So I move like this. They don't get an attack of opportunity, right? If I go here and then to here,
Yep.
because I'm not leaving their attack range. Okay, I'm gonna stand here and do Word of Radiance on these two boys.
Okay.
Let me see. So that's just a 1d6. They have to make a con saving throw.
Okay, they both have to make con saving throw.
Yeah.
Sweet. Con save from the scout is a 17. Con save from which is the bow guy. And the other one is a 4. So she rolled a 4. He's on 17.
Okay, then I hit the 4 for 4 damage.
4 damage. Hey, every little helps. Yeah, you just kind of let out this radiance and you feel like just kind of shake underneath the palm in her face. Anything else you'd like to do?
Which
You see
one
what
is
you're...
looking weaker right now?
Sorry?
Which one is looking weaker right now?
Oh, definitely the archer. He's nearly dead.
I'm gonna send my spiritual weapon at him
Okay.
and do it right below him.
Nice.
Advantage
Just so you
as
guys
well.
know, if you hit an enemy who's prone, you get advantage.
Yeah.
As well.
Oh really?
Yes,
I didn't
roll
know
with
that.
advantage.
24.
That definitely hits. Roll damage.
Okay, good. 8.
Nice.
For the second time, Timothy just crushes someone beneath his spiritual weapon. You see the head of his eyes kind of glaring towards fear, and just before a moment of, as you just hear the sickening kind of crunch, as he lies dead on the ground. Okay. Anything else you'd like to do?
That's it.
Okay. So up next is the scimitar wielding lady. She is going to try and break the grapple. A 12. I rolled.
17.
Still just locked in your hand. She's starting to get tired now as she swings you. She's going to swing a scimitar. With disadvantage again. Does the 15 hit?
No.
She just keeps swinging, missing. Up next, on the final part of the round here before Fia, you're on deck, is our burly leader. She's going to turn, thinking she's kind of got you handled, Sophia. She's going to look towards the dwarf, seeing the situation's kind of getting worse. You still hear this kind of rumbling coming towards you guys. She's going to use her action, Get Over Here, which is she launches one of her axes towards you,
Oh god.
Timothy, for a 23 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
You take 1d6 plus 3 damage. So a total of 6 damage, slashing damage, or piercing damage even, sorry, as this axe kind of pierces through into you. I know it would be slashing. I'm totally wrong. Slashing damage. Anyway, and then she's going to drag you 10 feet towards her.
Does that make an attack of op for the other person?
No, because you're not using any movement to
make sure.
be dragged.
Yeah.
So yeah, she pulls you into range and she says, "Not so fast." That's all she can do. Fear.
Okay, well that sucks. All right, I'm going to go. I'm going to move here.
Okay.
And I'm going to move here, and I am going to go over its skull, nod a little bit, whack my hand forward, and firebolt the sad grappled lady.
Okay.
Maybe she's not sad. I just assume she's sad. I shouldn't.
Really sad. She hasn't been able to get out of that grapple for a while.
Yeah, right. Hold on. I'm just waiting.
21 hits.
All
Roll
right.
damage.
All right. A
10
10.
points of fire damage. It is almost exactly what you needed. You see as this fire just kind of burns through, scalding across her. No pun intended. You see it just kind of her whole just chest and back just burned. She's just letting these kind of muffled sounds. You feel her kind of warm breath against your palm as you hold her there. And she is almost dead. Her
Skull
Skull
turns her wrist. Skull turns his wrist during the firebolt to like make her face it.
Nice. Yeah, so she's just kind of eyeing. Her eyes are kind of wide as just burns across her all across now. She's really.
He makes her watch.
Nice. Nice, dark. Anything else you want to do?
I'm still going to take another glance back at Silk, but I'm going to stay there.
Okay. Silk remains stationary. This top of the round now. That sound you heard. You hear this. We want food. You see, all of you, from the top right of where you come from where everything came from, you see as this two-headed, large, kind of
Oh boy.
about 10, 11 feet tall Ettin comes into sight. It's wielding a great club in one of its hands. The other hand's free. It comes in. It's sniffing the air. Oh, this way. Yes, brother. Follow food. Food for us. And it starts talking to itself as it steps into range.
Oh my.
The hungry Ettin enters the fray.
Does he have a name?
He rolled very
Does he have
bad on
names?
his
We would have to
initiative.
ask.
Yeah.
If only one of you spoke giant. Okay. Saphira, top of the round.
Saphira is still raging, so she's kind of still tunnel visioning the burly woman. She's gonna continue to strike with her great axe.
Okay, go for it.
11. Does 11 hit?
That's not, I'm afraid.
No, Saphira, stop sucking.
Did she say that to herself?
She's so mad she misses.
No, she probably just screams in her fury as she misses.
It's not even necessarily lack of skill right now. You see that this lady, kind of almost like a cornered lion now, she's weaving and dodging and blocking off some of the hits. Okay, Scold.
Scold is gonna move to about here.
Okay, bringing her with her.
Dragging this lady. Yeah, dragging her along. I'll put her on the back side of me.
Okay, this side.
So there. Yeah. And then I'm gonna speak to the Ettin in giant.
Okay.
Ooh.
What do you want?
That griffin is for you. It's a gift.
You're speaking in giant. Okay.
Yeah. I'm yelling at the Ettin.
Roll a persuasion check with advantage. Because you're speaking giant. Or
Hey, my
deception,
persuasion isn't
whichever you prefer. Whether you're doing it or
equally
not.
bad, brother. equally
Okay.
bad. 3.
Fuck.
It kind of looks down at you. Both heads look at each other. We eat you next. We eat everything that got in way. The other one looks, yes, eat food, big food there, front of us. And it kind of just kind of stares down at you, almost drooling at the thought of roasting you afterwards or eating
Oh
you
my
raw.
god.
You can
Oh
see from this
my.
site as well that the ribs of this Ettin is showing. It hasn't eaten in a little while. It's clearly very hungry.
Yeah, chat. Just I rolled a 1 and a 3.
Very unfortunate. I didn't expect you to roll that bad. That's so
Yeah,
sad.
Yeah, me neither. Dude.
Okay, well, these things happen. It's. Would you like to do anything else? Because well, it was a persuasion check, so that kind of is your action.
Yeah, no, that was my action.
Okay. Anything on the bonus?
Nope.
Throw the girl at him.
No, good. I think that would take an action anyway.
Yeah.
Basil.
Yes.
Tim's on deck.
All right. I would like to do hideous laughter at the Ettin, but I don't know if its
Okay.
intelligence is high enough to be affected by that.
I'll say roll a nature check.
Okay. Here we go.
This is just a free roll.
12. 12 nature check.
Or insight, whichever you prefer. But let's go off that because it's good enough.
Okay.
It doesn't look very smart. It's a bit drooling.
Okay.
It's kind of like walking along. Both of the heads kind of clunk into each other a little bit as he walks. He's even
Right.
after the years he's been alive, he still bangs heads with himself. So,
Oh boy. Okay. Okay. Then, gosh. Basil's just gonna kind of, regardless of knowing it probably doesn't speak common, he's just gonna go, please, I don't want to have to do this. You gotta stop coming towards us. I'm warning you.
Are you trying to persuade it?
Yeah. You don't want to come here. That griffin it's bad food. It's poisoned.
Roll a deception check, please.
I-
With disadvantage. Because
We're all poisoned, all of us.
I'm so sorry.
Do I need to re-roll that? Fuck!
No, just
Do you
roll
want me to
again.
just roll one more? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, roll.
I rolled in that 20, by the way, chat. But
I'm so sorry. It's.
Oh
Again.
my god! Oh my god!
Screenshot that.
2 crits in a row.
Screenshot it.
oh, baby!
There is a thing with D&D, right, where nat 20s only really apply to
Oh my God, my
attacks,
camera.
right? Like in skill checks, they technically don't apply.
So exciting.
But 2 nat 20s in a row, even though this Ettin doesn't speak common, even though this Ettin has no clue what you're saying, it looks down at you and it just kind of stares dumbfounded. You don't know if you've put it off for the food, but it's just kind of staring at you like both heads almost tilt like a cat at the same time. And you hear it speaking in giant. You would understand it scold saying, "What is little thing, make funny noise. Ah, look at little thing." And it's kind of just distracted by you, like a cat
Okay.
seeing a little light. Okay. Do you want to do anything with your bonus action?
Gosh. Yeah, I'll give a bardic inspiration to Scold. Sorry. Yeah. Just give him a nod and be like, "Yeah, you see, we got this covered."
Nice.
Very encouraging.
You're inspired. Okay. Timothy.
I'm going to look over to Saphira and use a cure wounds right now.
Okay.
And while I'm doing that, use my bonus action to swing at the lady who pulled me in. So first the heal for 7, and then
Okay. You and
Attack roll for 23.
23 hits. So you heal 7 points of damage, Saphira, from his cure wounds, and then 23 hits for 7
And then
points.
I hit for 7.
She is starting to look pretty rough now. You just smash into her. This thing, Radiant, just kind of knocks her a little bit. Okay. Things are gonna get serious now. You can see that she's a little bit worried in her face. Okay. Nice. Up next is this lady. She's gonna try and break free of the meekly break free of this grapple once more.
Skull is gonna look down and he's gonna say, "You should run now."
Okay.
Fair.
And he's gonna let go.
I'm going to let you, for the roll of call, I'm going to let you do an intimidation check. With charisma, though, because it was via words. Actually,
That's fine.
yeah.
Yeah. Advantage or not?
Yes, because you've been dragging it around.
It's fair.
Intimidation, right?
Yep.
20.
Did you let go of her?
Yeah.
She kind of looks at you. She is extremely hurt. She looks across. I'm sorry, Sally. I can't die here. I can't die like this. And she tries to run in this direction.
Damn.
Does anyone get a takedown tap opportunity when she goes past, or letting her go?
I'll let her go.
No, I'll let her go.
Okay. Well, actually, she wouldn't be able to move that much. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
She could dash as an action.
Oh, she can. You're absolutely right. She can dash. So she dashes away from the scene. Running
She's-
into the south. Okay.
Yeah.
It's up next is the leader. She is going to... Yeah, she's going to take another Tempest Strike. And she swings them around, this time just relentlessly just trying to hit anything. If both you, Timothy, and Saphira can do a dexterity saving throw, please. She looks pretty roughed up now.
11.
11 does not make it. But what did you roll, Saphira?
16.
Okay, it's... the total is 9 points of damage that you would take, Timothy. 9 points of slashing damage. Saphira, you take 5 points, but then rounded down again to 3. Because you only took half and then half again. So 3 points of slashing damage.
Yeah.
She can't do anything else. Thea, you're up.
Okay. I am going to go here,
Okay.
and I'm going to kind of glance around, get my bearings, and I am going to magic missile the still pretty snotty, very tall leader.
Go for it. So you
So
roll straight damage on them. 4?
yeah, so that's
Oh,
a 4.
Okay. A 4.
4, come on, and a 5.
Do you want to describe how you kill her?
I do, as a matter of fact. I am actually sort of standing with my fingers kind of itching my palm
Okay.
a little bit. I put my hand down at my side and I stare at her, and instead I take out my left hand and I just sort of go like that, and 3 darts shoot out. And because this is what Fia likes to do, they all go directly to her head.
Okay.
Shit.
Yeah, she stood there. She's just done her swings around with her axes. She's meekly standing there. For just a moment, she glimmers as these bright lights are coming towards her. One hits her cheek, another again, and then the last one, you just see her kind of face burst with these force of magic, just ripping and tied in her. She collapses to her knees, falling to her side, dead.
Oof.
You still have an Ettin.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to do on your turn?
Yeah, actually, I'm gonna yell to Scald, and I'm gonna say, okay, if you could talk to him, I hope you can get us out of this. And I'm gonna nervously smile.
The Ettin goes next. It looks down. You did convince it not to kind of go for you. Maybe even the griffin.
Oh.
But it licks its lips, looking straight down towards Scald.
Oh no.
And Scald, you hear it, so it says,
Little bear, eat food now.
and it leans down and it tries to swing its club down in you with its first action.
Okay.
A 12 to hit.
Miss.
The other head, oh, stupid! And it tries to swing its fist at you this time. A curled fist. 21 to hit.
Hits.
8 points of bludgeoning damage. You just feel this giant's fist just clash against your jaw. You hear and your own jaw as it does 8 points of bludgeoning damage standing over you.
Little bear, get in my belly.
And that is all it can do. Saphira, you're up next.
Okay, as the female leader falls to her knees with a head splat. Thank you for all of the blood across Saphira's face, by the way.
Sure.
She's gonna swing and turn around and charge towards the Ettin. Have enough turns have passed so that her rage is finished, or has it not? I'm not sure.
So no, this would be the fourth.
That should take 10 turns for that to finish.
Okay.
So
cool.
the way D&D works, every
so
every
6
round
seconds,
is
right,
6 seconds. Yeah, you got it.
Yeah. Okay.
This is the fourth
All
round,
right.
I believe.
Yep, so Saphira is gonna swing on her heels and turn and charge with her axe, running straight at the Ettin, and she'll be joining Scald here, and she'll take a big old swing at the big boy.
Go for it.
Righty. 13.
13 to hit. It hits.
Yes. Okay. All right, we're back in action,
There you
Saphira.
go.
Let's go. Oh,
Oh,
okay.
big damage.
Holy fuck.
She, 11 plus 2. I'm not sure. Does the divine?
It's
my
whilst
mouse is
I
on-
think it's whilst you're raging. We
Yeah,
can check
okay,
afterwards,
right,
but we'll just
well,
go off that at the moment, yeah.
Yeah, it
Okay.
is while she's raging. She can do it.
Yep, I thought so.
Okay, cool.
So you got it
Let's
for
do
another
this.
6
So
rounds.
1d6. Hells yeah. An additional 4 damage on top of the
4 points
11
of
plus
radiant.
2 raid plus
Okay,
4 radiant.
17 points of damage. You take a nasty chunk out of this thing. You took... And like one of the head stares down to you, the other one's still drooling over Scald. You kind of get a little bit of the drool down on top of you.
Ew.
But it's not distracted enough to change its attention right now. Scald, it is your turn though.
How tall is the Ettin?
Probably a good 5 feet taller than you.
Okay.
4 or 5 feet.
All right. Yeah. Skull just looks up at the Ettin after sidestepping the club, and he takes the hit, and he just says, "Grogna," and you see him grow, and grow,
Oh.
and grow, until he's looking down at the Ettin.
Yeah.
Nice.
Who's small now?
You see it just kind of. Let me. I don't think you can make yourself big, can you?
No.
I'll do it for you. As you just see
Oh,
this nearly
Damn.
16-foot bear standing over the Ettin.
You can see the rune, the particular rune on his chest is glowing like very brightly.
Okay.
And I'm gonna intimidate him.
I'm going to say with strength because you're doing it physically, so go for it.
Uh, 22.
Are you proficient in it?
Yes. So 20.
So 24, right?
Yep.
Damn.
And I rolled a natural 1 on his wisdom save.
Oh my god.
You see as he kind of says,
Holy fuck.
it drops the club and it kind of just raises its hands and it turns and runs the way it came. If you let it, of course you get attacks of opportunity if you want them.
He can go.
Yeah, I'll let it go.
You see as this Ettin just dropping stuff. Run! Food later, don't die. His head's just kind of clunking together as it kind of runs. It's like almost falling as it runs off of the screen. And we can end combat there. As you scared off a fucking Ettin.
Nice.
All right, nice. Bringing things back. You, I can't be scared off of that.
So good.
Okay. You find yourselves on this cliffside, this rather large cliffside area, and you have defeated all of the bandits around you. Everyone's dead except for the one that ran away. Ertie is kind of watching. Silk steps up towards where you guys are, and you see him look down at the body of the larger lady, kind of meekly come over, and he just starts kicking it.
Fucking.
He starts kicking it, just kicking all across the face where you've kind of splattered it, just stamping on her, clawing her. Let's have a little pen up raid.
I'm gonna. Can I? I don't walk over to him and kind of put my hand on his shoulder a little bit,
Okay.
and I'm gonna say she's dead. It's okay. She's dead. Who was she?
She worked for you. She was Ramir's friend. She came by sometimes. She was cruel. Now she's dead.
He kind of looks up at you. For the first time, you don't really see that kind of conniving expression on his face. He kind of looks at you thankfully.
Owe you one. Whatever the favor.
Yeah.
And he kind of, he smiles and kind of looks down. Or spitting on the corpse. And then kind of walks to one side away from it.
Where's the David Attenborough guy?
He's still
Yeah.
hiding at the back. The dead.
Ertie,
That poor guy.
Oh, yeah, okay. So I guess Saphira's is Skull still huge, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, for the next 50 seconds or so.
Saphira's gonna pout a little bit now that she's stopped raging and just hold her wounds a little bit and look up at this giant bear and just feel sorry for herself.
Okay.
oh,
Ertie starts making his way over to you guys. He looks across, he steps over one of the corpses gently and then makes his way over to the griffin. And he kneels beside it. Oh, you poor creature, what did they do to you? And he notices that it is in fact dead. Monstrous, who would... He kind of looks back at you all. And at first with a sad expression, but then he glares. This is your fault. If
our fault.
she said she was looking for you. And now it's dead.
Surely there's some way we can help.
Is there a nest? Is the nest nearby, or was this a ways away?
Oh
You
yeah.
can see a nest just hanging just past where the battle map was. You can see a nest hanging. This kind of this branch in this tree, this lone tree that's been growing up there, has this kind of branch that's leaning off over the edge. There's a large bird's nest there, which is definitely the size for a griffin. Under about 3 or 4 different branches, which are thick trunked branches that are holding up, suspended over.
Okay,
there.
can I go and have a look?
You can indeed.
While big.
I won't need you to do a check because it's pretty easy to see from your height. That in the nest you can see a lone egg. It almost has this golden embroidery across it. It's this pale blue with these golden trimmings. It almost looks like a decorated Easter egg, glimmering in the sunlight now from dawn.
Okay. I want to walk over and like scoop the egg out of the tree.
Okay.
With both hands.
Yep, you have it. It's a large egg in your hands, like the size of an Easter egg. Is the way to kind of picture it.
And then I'll return, and I imagine by the time I'm getting back, I'm like shrinking back down.
Yeah. After the kind of minute passes, you kind of resume back to your form. It looks even bigger in your hands now.
Cool. How big is it roughly?
Imagine like a very large Easter egg. Probably like it's like a good 1.5 feet.
Okay, cool.
It's a decent sized egg.
Not too big for me to just hand it to him.
No, he would find it heavy. Like
yeah. I put the egg in his arms.
He takes it. He looks up at you. Thank you. I don't know what to say. You're very kind. He kind of leans into his robe, slips it off, and then wraps the egg into the robe, and then carefully kind of adjourns it, almost like a baby cradled into his, and then wraps it around his neck, so he holds it there. I'll take care of it. It'll be fine. We'll find the right conditions. I didn't mean what I said. It was spiteful of me. I didn't think anyone would do something like this.
It's okay.
Kind of bows his head. If you don't mind, I'm going to make my way back to the tavern now. Try and find some warmth for this little thing, in case it hatches.
That's a good idea.
You're good people. Thank you. And he heads off, heading back south towards the, heading north, towards the tavern. Silk looks across at you.
Could have eaten it. I mean, we could have had a little bit of an omelet. It is my place.
Silk, we've been feeding you so well, and you have the audacity to try to eat an unhatched griffin after this man has just watched a griffin die.
Hey.
Time and a place,
You
Silk.
could learn a little bit of empathy, my friend.
Can Saphira gesture to him that she's about to give him another backhand? That's
Kind of like,
As you guys are arguing, you hear like a crunch,
Oh, no.
and Skalda's picked up
dude.
the cooked leg.
nice. Okay.
God
Yeah.
damn
It is
dude.
a large, like this is like a giant chicken wing.
Yeah.
Or a giant chicken drumstick, I should say. It is a big, hefty, cooked off leg. They were. It's only got like the tiniest of bite out of it from where the dwarf was about to eat.
Oh, not wasted.
Is
See, the big guy
Ernie
gets
out
it.
of eyeshot?
Yes. Yeah, he's
He's out of eyeshot.
He's gone
I'm
now,
gonna
yeah.
look at Silk. I'm gonna look at the dead griffin, and I'm just sort of gonna like shrug a little bit and point at it. Like, I mean, if you're hungry, it's not cooked yet.
Perfect.
You see him kind of slip away.
Yeah. Ugh.
The sounds you hear are not nice. You just. He eats like a dog that's just been served dinner. And it's just kind of, you see just little bits of fluff and whatnot coming away from it. But he makes an unhealthy meal out of it. Or at least
Basil
one of the
can't
legs in the
bear
back.
to look.
And then, while Silk is doing that, I'm just gonna awkwardly sort of look at everyone and be like, so I guess we should check their pockets.
How did they know we were here? Or coming?
Maybe
this
we'll
way?
find a clue in their pockets.
yeah. Saphira
some
would
gold.
check the pack and the pockets of the main lady.
Oh, we're looting.
Okay. Everyone who wants to loot, roll investigation check, please.
I invest investigation so bad.
Oh, yikes. I rolled a 6.
Okay.
I rolled a 21.
You rolled a 21.
I got a 21.
Would you roll, Saphira?
5.
Well, checking the main lady. Basil, who did you want to go and loot?
I was gonna check the half orc in front of me.
Yeah, off the half orc, you would find 3 gold pieces. Off each of the people that you find on the ground, each of you would find 3 gold pieces. However, Fia, maybe it's just your upbringing, and you know the best places to check where people might hide some of their gold. So off the 3 dead bodies, that'd be 9 in total, and then another 3 off of the main one. You find another 20 gold pieces hidden away in the boot of the bigger lady, strapped in, kind of like seamed in. Having searched the bigger lady as well, Saphira, you would find yourself her 2 chain axes, which I can throw you the information after the stream of what they do. You have the 2 chain axes, and then you also have a letter that's, to your eyes, you can't really read it. It's weird symbols.
Hmm.
Saphira would hold out the letter and wave it around. Can anybody understand this? I don't understand what it is saying.
I'll take a look at it.
Yeah, I'll look over
Sure.
Fia's shoulder.
Yeah,
as
we'll
she
both
looks
look-
at it.
Okay, well, sure, but you 3 can't make it out.
Huh.
Okay. I don't
Take a
know.
peek.
I don't know.
You take a peek. It's Dwarvish. It's in your home
Ooh.
script. The letter reads, Celia, you are to leave your post and head straight to intercept our enemies. You are looking for a party of 3. A giant tiefling, a woman in a red cloak, a small half-orc boy. Dispose of them as you please. They're heading south. Make sure they don't reach Carburn. Yule's orders.
I want to look up and just say, who are you 3?
Well, I'm Fia, and that's Basil, and that's Saphira.
Yeah.
Saphira's gonna shrug her shoulders and be like, the Cockslayers.
Also, very true. We are. Maybe you've heard of us. We are the Cockslayers. We got a lot of renown in the sort of
We slay cockatrices.
greater Dunwell region.
Yes.
I don't need you guys to
Cockatrices
roll.
a mini.
You definitely have not heard of them.
That's
Damn
so
it.
rude. That is so rude.
Yeah, you're
I feel like maybe you haven't, but you will. I mean, well, now you've met us, so we're telling you. But
I
We're just
mean,
gonna
we
get
have
around.
bad people after us. Clearly, we have some sort of renown. Why are they after us? Is it because we
well,
have
Silk
Silk?
said that she's one of Yule's people, and Yule was Ramir's boss. So I think they don't want us to find him.
I guess not.
Well,
So
that
I feel
makes me
like-
want to find him all the more.
Timothy, Scald. I feel like this seems weird to you, maybe, but
Yes.
we have known each other. Basil and Sphere and I have known each other for a little while. I mean, obviously we've known each other for a little while because we're called the Cockslayers. Like, we're a group, obviously, because we have a group name.
This
And a
name
pretty good
disturbs
one.
me.
I mean, actually, it is a little bit disturbing, right? And it's kind of funny. Actually, it's a really good story, but I feel like we shouldn't tell it now. There is an inn that's now named the Cockslayers after us. That's how impressive, the whole thing is. Anyway, I'm totally digressing. So the point is that we met, and well, there's a slaver, and his name is Ramir, and he sucks a lot, and he had been taking people from the town,
Kidnapping
and
them.
right, because he's a slaver, right? That's what you do. You take people and you slave them. You sell them, whatever. Anyway, they were all holed up in a huge cave. We cleaned out the cave. We saved the entire people that were stuck in there, which is sort of why it's weird you haven't heard of us. And he got away. So we are on his trail. That's why Silk's with us. We met Silk during that. And, you know, I feel like it's a pretty noble thing, right? Like, we're going after right? We're going to beat his ass. Like, we're gonna... Also, we're kind of going to Carbon because I want to get paid.
Okay, I believe you.
It's a pretty convincing story, yes.
It's too weird for us to have made it up, to be honest.
There are some really good details. I feel like, you know, we should maybe go back to the inn and we could, you know, I don't know, get something to eat, and you guys could tell us, like, do you guys have a name? Do you have like a duo name?
Yeah, how long have you guys known each other?
I am Scald. He is Timothy.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
like,
but
come
like
up
a
with a
team
name.
name.
that is your group name?
How about Skimothy?
Yeah.
Skimothy and the
Alright.
Cockslayers. The Cockslayers and Skimothy. This.
Do you? I mean, I don't know. You guys could eventually maybe like become cockslayers
I don't know if I want
Maybe.
to.
eventually, but I don't
No.
know.
You can't retroactively become Cockslayer, okay? They have to.
No,
say
but I mean, like, if they do something like really cool, like we did.
no.
Is that
Right,
set?
like-
Can we change it in the future? Or is that set in stone right now?
I mean, it just
It
depends
had
what
to
we
be-
slay next. We have to slay something greater.
Yeah.
You know, we gotta do something
I mean,
cooler.
Right now, this is just like Bandit Slayer. That's not any better. That's definitely not better. So
Maybe when Penwick
Slave
changes in his
Slayer.
name again. Maybe we can change.
This is true. Penwig did change his in name based on our title. Actually, Penwig was the one that came up with it, wasn't he?
This is so.
I think he was. That would really
I am
hurt his
going
feelings
back.
if we changed it.
Whoa, big guy. I'm gonna like try to like scurry
So
up to
Silk
him.
stands up and goes,
I will go back when we go forward.
points down to one side where the path carries on going.
Look, I don't like to go to Carburn. When I was going to dissuade it at every turn. You want to get a Carburn, that's the way you go.
Okay.
Up to you. I'm happy never to go there. They're probably going to hang me. But you're going to protect me.
This place is a city?
Near enough. There's too many humans there, that's for sure. It's a massive town to the south.
Everyone can roll a history or a streetwise check, which is a charisma version of history. Whatever you prefer. You get different information.
Just roll a straight charisma.
Yes. Unless anyone's proficient in streetwise, but I don't think anyone picked.
I got 22.
Good. Actually,
23.
that makes sense as well.
20.
What about you, Scald?
11 history. Jerry
Sarah?
crit.
Oh,
I
okay.
crit.
I saw you smile. I was like, okay, that's definitely it. Yeah, maybe it's because you've done your research and stuff. Everyone who's rolled over a 12 would have heard of it. But, or at least the name, if you rolled over a 10, would have definitely be familiar. Carburn is this, it's the home of the Baron in the western side of Cassox, where you are. It's kind of the stationary point of that. In every region, there's a couple of barons, an earl, a duke. One of the barons lives in this large town, Carburn. It's gone through serious amounts of history over the years in regards to all of the wars. The War for More reached Carburn. Carburn has built this large town across next to a long river. Behind it is the mountain of Stonespur, where the Earl, who is a dwarf in this region, it resides in. So there's this kind of great unison between dwarves and humans who work together through their commerce and the minerals and minings that they work on in the mountains ahead of them. It's renowned for being quite a decent stronghold. the capital of this area is off to the east, but this place does house thousands of people live there. So you probably would have definitely been familiar, especially you guys, especially Saphira. You know quite a bit about Carbon. You've been looking to go there.
Never
for a while.
heard of it.
Well, Saphira would, I guess, relay that information that she that Joey just kindly presented to us, claiming that she probably heard it in the tavern and
Yeah, you could have had a
educate.
conversation about it, and learn everything you needed to know. You know that Baron Ashford runs it, and you know that he's probably telling you the truth, that it's a big civilization of humans and dwarves.
Scald, after hearing this, continues to walk. But then you see him stop and he pulls out his maul that he left in the snow. And you realize he didn't even have a weapon for this whole fight.
God
And
damn.
he'll turn around and come back towards the group. Maybe I'll find out about my giant.
Ah,
I'll
Makes
come.
sense.
what about you, Timothy? You gonna come with us?
Yeah, I'll go along. I'm on my way there anyways.
Oh, you're going to. What are you going for? I just told you what we were going for.
I mean, I'm just going in any direction. I'm on a search.
What are you searching
Are you looking for a giant too?
No giant. Well, kinda,
what are you
but no.
looking for?
I just need to find somewhere new, you know?
Oh,
Yeah, I feel that,
Well.
man. It's like trying
Cone
to
of
bargain
basil.
with the
Nice.
men.
Carbon seems.
Just a dude being
Carbon
bros.
seems, it's like new. It sounds still excited. Seemed kind of boring. But boring. I know that the Baron's kind of young, potentially attractive, but
Yeah.
I don't know. My source on that was a little unsure. More sure on the young part, less sure on the attractive part. So single though. If that, I don't know if that's your thing.
All right,
There's
shall we
already a trail.
head in the direction then?
Okay.
I don't see why not.
I'm kind of hungry. Let's go get something to eat.
Let's
We
head in the
have-
direction of the Ettin.
Okay.
Wink that camera.
Hey,
Yeah,
about that guy.
you guys head that way,
Mhm.
passing down the hill for a little while. It's easier. It's much less steep on this side of it. You pass down through some nice kind of the hillside on this side. It's a bit kind of like it's like a descending hill that weaves around a road. You see that the pathway connects to the main road now as you get past the other side of the worm field. It's far clearer than the other side, and it doesn't take nearly as long to kind of get to it. A similar warning sign is on this side of the field, claiming worm field 4 to 10 days. Caution. After some time walking along the road, you begin to reach the top of this large hill. This side of the road has been fairly peaceful, and it's taken the better part of a kind of most of the afternoon to journey down this way, undisturbed. From the directions you've kind of taken, you know at the top of this hill that you'll probably see Carburn. It's a bustling town beside a river, with 2 bridges leading toward it. In the distance stands the great Stone Spur Mountain and its little brother mountains beside it. Growing up the mountain is a vast forest, almost encompassing all across of it, reaching the border of the town. Carburn is a large town, able to have thousands of people, several crop fields all around it beside the river, bridges going across it. The whole town would be lit up with evening's festivities. That's what you would see, usually. Today, though, it's a little different. There's something far more devastating and ironic to see about Carburn. Because as you approach and climb over that tall hill, you can see a lot of the town of Carburn, covering the western sections especially, is reddened with bright flames. You come to realize the town of Carburn is in fact on fire. And that's where we'll end episode 1.
Wasn't me.
Bro.
There you go.
Nice.
Damn.
All right. Thank you so much, guys, for playing. It's been
Claps in the chat.
Claps.
Okay, can't clap.
Beautiful, beautiful.
whip up the chat 1 sec. Yeah, thank you so much, guys, for coming out. Let's get some shout outs for everyone, though. I know I've kept you guys here quite late. We started a little bit later today than we usually would. My bad on that one.
It's all good.
We learned very much. If I turn off someone's cam, you can see I made these little gift things. Let's do it to old Timmy here. Of their characters. We worked out that is very CPU intensive. Which there we go. So if I can get exclamation mark cast in the chat, please go and check out everyone's Twitches. I'll go around everyone, see where they can find you, what kind of stuff you usually do on stream. If you stream, in OG's case, just as much, but you should.
Sometimes.
And yeah, tell us when you're next going live, whatever you're doing. I'll start with you, OG. Have you got anything you want to shout out?
Cool. I'm next going live when I feel like it, which could be anytime ever, really. And my Twitter's listed.
Yep.
I talk a lot of shit there. I live tweet a lot of stupid shows. So if you're into that kind of thing, that's where you find me.
Okay, and then a Twitch channel should be in the chat as well. Shane.
I'm Shane. I'm going to be playing Minecraft SevTech later today. I don't know, Sam, are you playing more today, or
Not
today's
today,
the age up? Huh? We'll see you
Wow,
later.
don't even ask us, Shane.
I mean, I was going to ask you too. But I don't know.
It's
all I'm
the
doing
age
today.
up day, isn't it? It's we've
It
been
is.
doing
Today's
SevTech
the big day. We've waited 2 weeks for this day.
and there you go. Now we finally can actually what is it, the modern age next?
It's somewhere. We're going to space, I think.
If that's the next age already, oh crap. Okay.
I think so.
But you can find him at Shane Hawk, right? Twitch channel.
Yes, everything I have is Shane Hawk, because that's not taken anywhere.
It's good. It's good. Next up, Bree.
Hello, I'm Bree Bun. My channel, I basically do variety streams. I do narrative-based games, and I do art and illustration. And I might be streaming later today. I'm going to be working on a redraw of a scene from Howl's Moving Castle. So,
Oh, nice.
yes,
You doing that tonight, you say?
I think so. Yeah.
Sweet. Stripping.
What's up, guys? Firstly, shout out to Joe. This was awesome first session, dude. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
And how much work you've put in.
Thank you, bud.
So let's get some love in the chat. And if you got a Twitch Prime, drop it.
Yeah.
Right now?
Thank you to our boy Seabear, who's in the
Right
chat,
now.
who actually designed
Yeah.
all the character art and stuff
Absolutely.
as well. So huge shout out to Seabear. Check him out. Commission him. All the good stuff. But yeah, I'm stripping.
Yeah.
Wicked. And then are you going to be streaming
Thanks for
tonight,
having
man?
me. Nah, man. No, I've been trying to shake off a migraine, so I'm going to take it easy.
All right, yeah, get some rest. And then finally,
Mhm.
Charlie.
Yeah.
You know, I have a lot of time to think about what I'm going to say on account that I go last, but I still don't know what I'm going to say here. But I guess I just want to echo what Strippin said and say a big thank you, Joe. I know you've been working really hard on this.
Yeah.
And it truly shows, and I'm really grateful to be on board with this D&D campaign, so I'm really glad that you have me here. I appreciate you, buddy.
Thank you, pal.
Yeah.
Well, where can we find you? What kind of stuff do you usually stream?
Well, you can find me on twitch.tv/Jory, where I mostly do kind of creative makeup, cosplay, transformations, and body painting. But you'll also find me playing a variety of different games as well.
Wicked. Please go and check out all my friends. Thank you guys so much for coming and playing. I know it's been such a long time coming, and we're finally here and able to play. We're going to try and play every week we can for the foreseeable future. As long as these guys want to play, we'll keep going and see where this adventure takes them. Thank you so much, guys. I really, really, really do appreciate it. Is anyone about to go live now?
Mm-mm.
Not me. I'm about to.
Shane
get
is.
some cereal and go
I
to bed.
was.
Shane is. Yeah, right now.
Shane-
Thank you, Shane.
Shane, do you want to shoot off and go live? Because I do believe my little friend Shane there is pushing for partner. And
Oh,
Yeah.
you got
should
it
be-
right.
yeah, let's go and
We're about to hit
Yeah.
that 2-week mark,
yeah. I mean, he's
so it
got
should
to
be
get
any day now.
Do go and watch him age up because he is a god at Minecraft. But thank you so much, guys. Next week, 7:30. If you guys are available, let me know. If not, we can delay it for another week. But 7:30 BST or 11:30 PDT, everywhere in between. If you guys are about.
Joe, I redeemed the tell me a joke.
You have to tell him.
You gotta tell him a joke.
Yeah.
What's your topic?
D&D.
Okay. Fuck. Okay, hold on.
Oh, look at the time. We have to raid Shane.
Is he live? Are you live, Jenny? Are you live?
I am. They can't hear you though. I
He's
haven't
live.
set up so they can't hear you guys.
Okay, guys, we're gonna go and host Shane. Thank you so much for all those subs and stuff today. By the way, you guys have been very, very, very sweet. I'll think of a joke for next week. Or
You
maybe the week
better
after.
refund him.
I'm gonna go and host Shane Hall, guys. Go and show some love. I'll be live tomorrow as well myself. And I'll thank everyone who subscribed there. I would do it now, but it's gonna be all over the place. So thank you so much for that support. That's very kind of you. But much love to everyone. Please go and follow everyone here. Go and give them your subs. Go and give them your love. And if you can tune in every week, do so. It's gonna be fun. So go and give the love to Shane. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye, homies.
Bye.
Aw.
And then
Aww.
there we go.